closer than you think. It's not a tournament. It's what you don't see on TV. The cash is real. The stakes are high. They bet big. They win big. They lose big. High stakes live action poker. Live at the bike. Watch it live on the web or play it if you dare at the Bicycle Casino right here in Los Angeles.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Live at the Bike, brought to you by the Bicycle Casino in Los Angeles, California, the first and only webcast of real action cash game poker. My name's Bart Hansen. I'm here alone in the booth for the time being tonight. We've got a special night going on tonight. We're playing 10-20 no limit, 1,000 minimum, unrestricted bind. It's Cinco de Mayo, and I'm here with my Corona. And what we were going to do is Dave was going to take a shot when a 3 flush of clubs came out in the flop, and I was going to take every other suit, because Dave has to get up early in the morning. But because we were playing so short, Dave is actually a special Live at the Bike treat. Dave's actually going to play in the game for a bit. If it fills up, he'll come back here. But right now we're playing 5-handed with Dave Tuckman in the game. 10-20 no limit. Let's head over there and let's get started. Let's go around and quickly introduce the table here. A bunch of Live at the Bike regulars. Seat number 1, we got Mo. Oh, excuse me, seat 2 is Mo. And seat 4 there is Dave Tuckman. He's going to go by Tuckman. Seat number 5, we've got JR right next to Dave. Seat number 7 there, we have got Hollywood Russ. And seat number 8, we've got That's Alan. So we're playing 5-handed right now. And Donna, if you can hear this, tell everybody at the table that I am taking a shot with a 3 flush of diamonds, spades, and hearts, so they can all root for it.
Blind.
I take a shot when a flop comes of all hearts, all diamonds, or all spades.
Just want to let you guys know, Bart's going to be taking a shot every time there's all hearts,
all spades, or all diamonds on the flop.
Diamonds on the flop.
So he gets all clubs?
I have clubs.
He has to take a shot?
So I have clubs?
Yes.
Just like you said, you got clubs.
What's his numbers, too?
I wasn't going to do numbers.
He's not doing numbers.
He's going to be wasted.
What do you mean no numbers?
He has a much higher probability of being wasted than Dave.
No, you don't want to get wrong. Yeah, you're going to get it wrong.
Okay, you have numbers. I don't have numbers.
Oh, you give him 3 times.
So maybe Dave's going to have to take a shot when he's out there. I'm going to pour my first shot right here as I sip on Corona.
How many times? Dave. Drink.
And we are going to, I got my Patron Silver bottle. We're going to get into the first hand of the night here. Cinco de Mayo. Happy Cinco de Mayo here for everybody. So we're playing 5-handed here, no limit.
No limit, come on.
Buttons over here in Mo's hand in seat number 2.
Oh, already started?
Yep, and we've started here, Alan. Alan looks like he has limped in. Dave has got 10 deuce of hearts here in the small blind. He's going to complete, and JR is going to check it here. This is going to be interesting because, JR plays it pretty straightforward, a little bit, conservative. You wonder if he can adjust to a short-handed table. Now, Dave here has flopped second pair. Deuce 10, the flop comes queen, 6-10 with 2 spades. And it's going to get checked around here. Now the turn is a 9, and I assume that Dave's probably going to put some money out here, and he is going to bet.
You got it?
He's going to bet 50,
You got bet?
and he's going to take it down there.
Hey, I don't mind it.
As I take my first sip of Corona.
No.
Again, you would like to keep the show interactive, you can email us at liveatthebike.com. Questions, comments, suggestions, always appreciated. You can also follow a live thread started on the internet, 2plus2.com, spelled out. Click on forums, World Poker Tour, etc.
Yeah.
It's only 8.
Again, Dave is playing in the game right now.
Yeah,
5 and 20.
That's
That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Looks like it's gotten folded around here to JR in the small blind. I assume these guys are not chopping as we're playing 5-handed.
Oh, they're playing with somebody else from the last hand.
John has got queen 7 here. He's going to complete.
Shorthand.
And Russ here is going to check 7-9 of clubs, and we're heads up. Russ has flopped an open-ended straight draw here, 10-10-8 on the flop, and he's going to semi-bluff into it.
Or 9.
Again, hand values go up in this game as we play 5-handed. He's going to bet, looks like
James.
40.
James.
Look at this, we got another player coming into the game. Hey, that's the orthopedic surgery guy, Alan,
Only one.
coming into seat 6. That's the other Alan.
Even though we have 3.
So everybody root for diamonds, hearts, and spades. And I might actually take shots in between as well. Button's going to move here to JR. So we're going to play 6-handed, and Dave Tuckman is in the game. And Tuckman's picked up pocket queens here in the cutoff. Let's see what this is going to bring this raise in for. Couple ladies, and he's going to raise. He's going to make it 90 to go here. Now, I can see that Allen had a king-jack offsuit in the big blind. He's probably going to defend. Well, excuse me, that's Hollywood Russ. Hollywood Russ has got the king-jack. He's going to make the call. Allen has garbage, and this one's probably going to go heads up here. So, the new improved Hollywood Ross heads up with king-jack offsuit against Dave. And we've got a pot of about $200 here. Wow, all diamonds on the flop. All diamonds on the flop. Oh, boy.
Blind shot, Dave.
Well, I'm going to finish the play here. Let's see what Dave is going to do. Neither player has a diamond. And Dave is going to continuation bet here. He's going to bet 140, and Hollywood Ross is not going to get involved. Here we go.
The funny thing is, if we do 3 or 4 more of these, I might have to quit to go in there just to do play-by-play.
You're going to be on
Ooh, yeah.
No one.
Now next week, guys.
No, beer chaser's fine.
Next week,
They're
Bart's
both
out of
They're
town.
both parked.
No, Bart's out of town.
That's number 1. Is there any way we can keep some sort of count on the chip count? Like put in like under like the player name when we do a chip count, Bart's shot
And I'm
count
gonna
or
have a
chip
couple
count,
more
Bart's
calls.
chip
And
count, and
Alan,
an empty
you're gonna
seat.
come in for 10 minutes, right? Next Friday. You're going to come in for 10 minutes. I'm going to get Jonas
Oh
to come
man,
in for 10 minutes.
limped around here.
Tanya come in
Now look at
for 10
Alan here.
minutes.
Alan
Russ
is
10 minutes.
Alan
Whoever
L
plays
in seat
gets 10 minutes
6.
commentary.
In the cutoff has just limped with an ace jack here, 6-handed. That's a pretty big hand, 6-handed. And Mo is going to come out. He's going to bet 50 with bottom pair. He's got 7-8. And Alan is called with a gut shot. And the other Alan is overcalled with bottom pair. Wow, the turn's an ace, and Alan L has the best hand now. The pot's about $200.
Do I get 5% of you to win?
Again, usually 6-handed, you're going to bring ace-jack in the cutoff for a raise. Is Mo going to keep firing? He's going to bet 400. He's going to over-bet this pot.
I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to finagle a deal here.
Now, in actuality, ace-jack was a double gut shot there on that flop. He could catch the king or the 9, and now he's picked up top pair. I mean, he had a really big hand on the flop. He had the double gut shot with ace-jack. It's a $400 bet by Mo. And let's see what Alan's going to do. He's going to call, and this pot is quickly about $1,000. And Mo needs a lot of help. Here we go to the river. River's a 5. Mo checks, and I think Alan, well, let's see what Alan's going to do here. He's going to bet. He's going to bet 400 here. And Mo is out of there. And Alan's going to take it down there with the ace-jack. Pretty big flop there, the double gut with queen 10-8.
I give you 1% of
And he
your
takes it
losses
down.
back. You give me 5% of yours.
And as
What a
always,
negotiator. What a negotiator.
email me, live@thebike.com. And again, Dave might come back here if the game, starts to fill up. We're playing 6-handed here.
Yeah, you got to take it a seat. Oh, yeah, you do. Oh, yeah.
Dave has got the big blind here.
Yeah, you do.
It's going to sit in the air like that?
Alan is on the button here. Ooh,
Let it breathe.
hello.
That's what I mean.
Let it breathe.
Give it a shot. I get something.
And Hollywood Russ is going to bring this one in for 90 with king 6 of clubs. And Tuckman's got garbage here, and he's going to fold it. And Russ takes it down. So this is always interesting, kind of a lot of people out there on the internet like to play 6-max games.
You wouldn't win. You might call.
And, obviously the strategy changes. Now, in an internet game, usually a full ring game is 10 and 6-max is 6. In a casino, a full ring game is 9, but usually you're only playing 8-handed because at least one person's getting up. So it's actually not as short as it seems.
Start playing 9-2 and 9-3.
Limp here by Alan. Alan's got ace-2 soft suit.
You've been playing those free rolls.
And Mo's going to raise it up. He's going to make it 140 here with Jack 7 hearts. And I got to tell you, I think Mo is going to kind of be the table captain, him and Tuckman here in this short-handed game. And he takes it down here without a flop.
Auction 1. Auction. I used to be an auctioneer.
Man, I gotta tell you, I used to be into like Dos Equis and Moedello, but I really like beginning to develop a palate for Corona.
High technology.
However funny people think out there.
I'm out of practice. I haven't done an auction in 2-3 years.
Buttons moved over here to Dave. He's got King 8 offsuit. Now we get an Ace 10 of hearts here for Alan L. Now Dave is not going to attack the big blind with King 8 off. Remember, Dave plays it, he plays it pretty laggy, but he's not crazy. JR is completed here with 9-4 offsuit, and Alan L is going to raise here with Ace 10 of hearts, and he takes it down without a flop.
I was just talking about 9293.
And as always, you can become our friend on MySpace. Head over to myspace.com/live. I got to tell you, anybody that has not signed up for the archives, check it out over there. I mean, you've missed out on the first year, but you can always catch up. We've got a year of material. And our producer, Evelyn, and our technical staff has done an absolutely great job of reorganizing the archives. And it's got details. It is, just check it out, the new archives section over there. On-demand banner, upper left-hand corner of the screen. Hey, look at Tuckman. He's got pocket queens again. And oh boy, Alan's got pocket kings in seat 8. And Alan is limped in seat 8. Oh boy. Now, I got to tell you, if Alan pulls the limp re-raise here, he might save Dave Tuckman. If Alan pulls the limp re-raise, I think that Dave probably has a very good chance that he knows he's beat here. Let's see what Alan's going to do. He could play cagey and just smooth call here.
Alan call.
And here we go. Alan is going to re-raise, and he's going to let Tuckman off the hook here. I really think he's going to let Tuckman off the hook. Well, he's going to make it 200 here. And I think that Dave can probably make the $200 call, trying to hit the set. I mean, both players are fairly deep. Alan's got 1,200. Well, maybe Dave doesn't have enough to make this call. I think Dave probably knows he's beat right now.
This is ridiculous.
Alan really let...
You don't understand. I mean...
Alan really let Dave off the hook here.
How does it feel?
It's only Alan.
How does it feel when you're sitting on the table versus back there? Now you feel the pressure, huh? It's easy to say.
I look like a complete donkey no matter what I do.
This is going to be real interesting here, folks, because Tuckman, he probably can't make this call to his set. Alan is not deep enough. I got to tell you, I can really see Dave laying this hand down. Well, he's going to call. I think he's going to call and see what happens here. Maybe he can represent an ace here if Alan doesn't like an ace on the flop. And there's an ace. And Alan's got the nut flush draw. He's not going anywhere. Well, Alan's going to bet here, and this is going to easily get Dave away from the hand. And look at this. It's an all-heart flop. Are you kidding me? All hearts. It saved Dave, but it's killed me on the flop. Well, Dave, you got off easy there.
I call this just for a set. I call this just for a set. If I don't hit my set, I throw it away. No matter what.
And that's right, Dave. And it's another shot for me.
Just for a set, because of him. Just because of him.
Oh, he got hearts!
Show me, come on.
You forget about it.
I'm going to ask him anyway. Huh?
Wow. Well, here we go.
Yeah.
And Dave has told Alan that he had kings. Bottoms up.
I know. That's why I can't raise you. I know you have two kings. I know you have two kings.
I'm not going anywhere.
Alan, you won't believe what I have. I call only for a set.
Number 2.
I don't have my set, I throw it away. You know why else I call?
And look at this. We got another player coming into the game. It's Freddie in C1. He's a really tight player. I don't know if he can adjust to short-handed play either.
Right, yeah, that could be it too.
Again, you can email us at live@thebike.com. Questions, comments, suggestions. Pocket kings here for Alan L. On the button, and he's going to raise. He's going to make it 90.
Don't come out 9 high.
One hand, you still owe me.
I guarantee. That's why I asked you which one. Because I know if I hit my set,
Yeah, we're going to see 2 calls here. Alan's going to call with King Jack of clubs, and John's in there with deuces. $300 pot here, Queen 8-7.
I get all your money.
Oh, he had second shot, huh?
Two shots,
second shot.
And it gets checked, and Alan's going to lead here.
Can he use both hands?
He's going to bet with the overpair. No one really has much. $130 bet here.
I only call for the set.
Well, that's true there by JR. I got to tell you, I mean, Dave talks a big game, but I think I'm thinking along the same lines. I think Dave easily folds that flop to rags. What do you think, Ronnie? Yeah? Easily folds that to rags. Ronnie, I'm going to be bouncing stuff off of you the whole night.
So you only have one king to go.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but if my suit shows up, then he's in danger.
I was actually a little bit surprised that maybe Dave made the call because there really wasn't, I didn't look like Alan had that much. It was borderline, very, very borderline. It was obviously a horrible flop for Dave. And Alan, like we said, you know, if you can sometimes let a good player off the hook by re-raising. If you play the king's cagey there, you know, there was really no reason to necessarily limp re-raise.
Oh, White is coming? Yeah. My friend?
Yeah. He's very good there.
It's like it's limped around here.
I know him for
Heads up.
Right?
Now, Alan L here, 6 match. I got to throw something out at you guys here. Like I said, I like to keep the show interactive. Oh, Freddie's in the end. He needs to show us his cards over there in seat 1.
9 high, I swear. 9 high.
And he's going to fold it. You know, we try to keep this show interactive as possible. I'm going to start to pose some questions, you know, throughout the next, you know, weeks and months of the shows that everyone can, you know, really interact with. Now, we're not playing 6-handed now. We're playing 7-handed, but let's assume this is a 6-handed game. I mean, I think everyone should, you know, email me and maybe discuss on the board about, you know, how the strategy changes in terms of pre-flop hand selection. What do you think about Alan L's limp in there in the cutoff with ace-6 offsuit? We saw Alan L limp in with ace-jack offsuit. Is that a little too passive? I mean, does ace-rag in a raising spot, and a raising spot being the last 2 positions, become a power hand in a 6-max table? I'd actually like to know that. So feel free to email me, and let's discuss. 5-way action here, limped around. A lot of ace-rags out here. Deuce, queen, 4, a couple diamonds. And Hollywood Russ is going to come out and bet with a gut shot wheel draw to the 3, ace-5 of clubs. He's going to bet 90. Now Mo has bottom pair with an overcard kicker.
St. Patrick's Day, I had 8. He had 2.
And Russ is going to take it down. There it is. There's the shot count.
I'm not betting on clubs.
I got to tell you, I mean, my tolerance is pretty high. Funny thing about me is like, I didn't really start, say, partying until later on in college. That's why I did so well in college.
He had ace queen.
But I'm a bigger guy than Dave, and my tolerance is much, much higher than Dave. So I think I'll be all right, even if I end up doing 7 or 8 shots over 3 hours.
What did you do on the other hand? You set him up?
Queen king.
Open limp here by JR with Broadway suited queen 10 of spades. Alan's going to limp in with a queen 8 of clubs. Freddie's going to come in there on the button with looks like ace 10 offsuit.
Okay, let's see.
And Tuckman's going to check. Like, right, example here, you know, should Freddie have maybe driven forward and raised with the ace 10 offsuit? Oh my goodness.
You got
Oh my goodness.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Deuce 3, 4 of hearts on the flop.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Checked around.
He's gonna go.
Turn to 6 here. Nobody has a 5. Nobody has any hearts. Looks like Tuckman's got the best hand here with ace 6. And the river's a 5. And everybody's going to play the board here. This is going to get chopped up 5 ways if somebody doesn't bet at it.
Play the board.
Top pair. 6.
Chop it up 5 ways here, folks. That's a real rarity. Chop it up 5 ways.
Oh, where am I? See, I would have gladly had a shot there. I would have gladly had a shot right there.
Yeah, I think we did it. Isaac's telling me we did a 5-way chop way back when in the beginning, right, of the show. I got to take another shot here, folks. This is not looking good for me. 3 shots in the first 15 minutes. Jesus. I might have to moderate this a little bit because I won't make it. It's just me back here on the
I do a
booth.
shot,
All right, here we go.
and I get everybody's money.
That's right. Yeah, you will. That was
Not mine.
not yet. I mean, you get paid.
I've done that 3 times.
All right.
Kenny was
You still got one seat open, right?
But look, if I beat you,
Yeah,
though,
only one
if I
seat
beat you, though, you get
Mo's
my
got the
money.
button over here in seat 8.
Is it only 9? Only one seat open. That's it.
I guess it's only justice because Dave really got screwed the last time we did this.
If one more play comes, there's no seat.
And Dave actually might get a reprieve. He might come back here. He kind of, even though we're not props anymore, he kind of acted as if being a prop here tonight, got the game going, and we're going to almost have a full game here. Three-way action here, limped around, Jack, Jack, 3. And look at this, Dave is going to lead out here with pocket deuces. Now, he would lead out with a 3. He would lead out with a Jack. And this is, of course, the power of betting your big hands. I mean, if I had a 3 here against Dave, if I had pocket 9s or pocket 8s here, would I continue on against a player like Dave betting out at that flop from the right position?
I have my more here. I have no problem.
Next week, of course, I'm going to be in Chicago on Friday, visiting my mom for Mother's Day. And we're going to have a couple of special guests in here. Hopefully Jonas, Riverboat King on 2+2. Button moves over here to Dave, and Dave's got pocket 8s here on the button.
3-0.
And it's going to get limped around to Dave, and he's going to raise. He's going to make it 90. That seems to be his standard raise. Pocket 8s. Is Hollywood Russ going to get involved here with a hand ace-9 offsuit? I mean, this really plays into Dave's game here when people call him with inferior hands out of position. Always think he's making a steal here on the button. $200 pot here, heads up. Well, nice overpair here for Dave. 5-6-3 with a couple of diamonds. And he's going to bet 140, and he's going to take it down. And he has not showed those hands. Remember, he has not shown those hands that he has bet against Russ. So, I mean, Russ might think he's stealing with anything, obviously, on the button. Yeah, the turn actually brought an 8 there. Rabcam showed David to make top set on the turn. And we're going to get a chip count in here pretty soon, see how these players are doing. Tuckman's probably up a couple $100.
It's not a nice thing. Good thing or a bad thing? Oh, good lay down. Oh, I am.
Now look at this, Freddie. Again, Freddie plays it real tight in C1. He's going to limp in with King, Queen, 1 off the cutoff. And Tuckman's going to limp in with 9-10 offsuit in seat 4. Small blind completes. And we're going to see this limped around. 5-way action. Ace, Queen, 9 here. Now, Allen's got an ace-10 in seat 8. But Hollywood Russ is going to come out and bet with a flush draw. He's got deuce 3 of diamonds. He's going to come out and bet 90. Allen calls with ace-10. Is Dave going to make this call, too? I can't imagine. With Allen in between. Yeah, no, I didn't think so. So Hollywood Russ is led out with kind of a dry flush draw, and Allen is called with top pair. Turns a king. Allen picks up a straight draw now. Pot's about $200. Check, check on the turn, and the river's a queen, and it gives Russ the flush. It does pair the board. And it gets checked down. Wow, that's really surprising. And obviously, like, I don't know if you can pan over to Dave. I mean, if you notice that, can we get a look at Dave's face here? If you notice that, you look at that, and you just, you know, you bet out with the semi-bluff on the flop. You get there on the river, and you check it. What's up with that, Ronnie?
I'm saying,
Roast him. He's not going to give you a lot of.
You're firing?
Give you some.
Yeah.
Give you a little.
Button's going to move over here to Allen. Allen, seat number 6.
Couple hundred.
Got a $90 raise here by Tuckman with Queen 9 suited. 1 off the cutoff. Now again, JR in seat 5 plays it pretty tight, so Dave can be raising a lot of hands on the button and on the cutoff.
Wayne to tell you, I'm keeping it. No chopping.
Ronnie, you going to join me here? I couldn't.
We're not going to the peak.
This is cool. Awesome. Ronnie usually does the cards here. He's going to join me for a while. Oh, you put the headphones on. There you go. Yeah, you got them on backwards. Ronnie, of course, has years and years of tournament poker experience and cash game experience, right?
Well, mostly tournaments.
You still got the headphones on backwards. Isaac, mute that for a second. There you go. There you go. Yep. There you go.
Can I hear myself?
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
So, hey, Ronnie, this is the guy that puts all the cards into the, you know, the little database there. And obviously you have got a lot of experience doing poker, or playing poker.
A lot of tournaments, about 10 years of tournaments. Not that much cash games, but I can adapt.
And Ronnie, you've been working with us for now for like 5 or 6 months. So you're really familiar with kind of what we preach. Now, it's interesting here. Seat number 5, that's JR, who I said was really, really tight. He actually makes a move there on the flop with Queen 8 with nothing, and he takes it down. And I was wondering, because we've got a lot of tight players at the table. We've got JR, we've got Alan L in seat 6. We also have Freddie here in seat 1. And we are playing short-handed. And then you've got two really savvy players in Tuckman and Mo who might be able to take advantage of that, maybe run some of these players over.
Oh, absolutely. I love short-handed play. You can see more flops and play post-flop, which I love to do.
That's what we had.
Because the chances of everybody holding good cards, to me it's not even about the cards when it's short-handed. I play my position and try to move people off their hands.
Well, Hollywood Russ is going to raise here. He's going to make it 90 to go out of the cutoff. He's got ace-10. Nothing wrong with that. And Mo is going to call with a little pocket deuces here, and we are heads up. Well, 4-4-3. Interesting to see how Mo is going to play this. Is he going to let Hollywood Russ continuation bet here? Well, it goes check. And now maybe Mo fires out, figuring he's got the best hand with deuces.
Oh,
he
absolutely.
does.
I'm surprised he didn't fire out on the flop, but...
Well, I think maybe the reason why I didn't fire out the flop is because I think, maybe he thinks that Russ is so, almost conservative against him that he knows if Russ checks and a blank comes on the turn, he knows he has the best hand. Now, obviously, he gives Russ a free card maybe to hit like an ace or a 10. But
these players know each other so well, too. You got to mix it up a little bit.
Well, here we go. Take a look at the first chip count of the night here. Hollywood Russ here with 3,300. He's leading the table. Tuckman's got 2,200. My shot count is at 3.
His.
Let's take a look at the differences. Well, if we actually start my shot count at 0, you're right, my shot count's at 3. Can we do actually a difference until next time? Well, Alan L's up 600. Tuckman is down 100? Is that right? Did he lose some before the show?
Oh, did he really?
That's a little bit peculiar, but okay. This one was limped around. Ace, 10-6 here. Nobody bet the flop.
Four-way action.
Yep. And I don't think anybody has anything here, Ronnie. And the river here is a 6. Wow. And now Tuckman is going to bet here. He's got bottom full house, and he figures nobody else has an ace. He's going to bet 50. He thinks he has the best hand.
That's a good play.
And he doesn't get called.
For the board.
Excuse me, he does not have a 6. He actually bluffed at it. I thought he had a 6 there for a second.
Good job, Dave.
Yeah, he didn't think anybody had any strength, and he took it down there as a bet.
They were allergic to it.
So I know you're friends with Pajato, JC.
Jay Siegel's my buddy. He left today for Las Vegas.
Oh, cool.
He went on a social trip.
Look at this Ramstone on 2+2 here. Is posted drink odds here. Puts me at about 4 shots is 4-1.
Well, it's better you than me, Bart. If I had 3 shots right now, you'd be doing this alone again.
Button moves over here to Mo in seat 2.
Well, he's been playing pretty conservative lately. We'll see how he...
Look what he's picked up here on the button here, Ronnie. He's got Cowboys. He's got two red kings. And look at this. Freddie is going to raise here. It looks like he's got 2 black 8s. Oh, my God. And Mo is going to mini re-raise him here to 200. Tuckman's got garbage here in the blinds.
Mo doesn't mind taking his heads up with
No, I
Freddie.
play Freddie a lot, and Freddie's really tight. And Freddie is going to call.
The smooth call.
Is he all in here? He's got more money behind. He's got white chips. Oh, look at this, and Freddie flops a set here, and let's see how he's going to play it. He checked it. And Mo here, what is Mo going to do? He's going to push Freddie all in, and Freddie has him.
Wow.
Freddie has him. Unless Mo catches running hearts here, Freddie's going to double through here.
That's just unlucky for Mo.
Turn is a jack. Well, Mo is now open-ended. He could catch a 9 or an ace.
And he just asked Freddie if he wants to make some sort of deal. So
Yeah.
I think he knows he's beat at this point.
I think Freddie said no, and the river is a king. And Mo wins the first one. Here we go to the second one, and the river's a jack. That's the second time, and they're going to chop it up here. They ran it twice. Of course, you can always check out liveatthebike.com. Head over to the left-hand corner of the screen and look at As Seen at Live at the Bike. And take a look at why we run the cards multiple times. And in that case there, Mo actually had an open-ended straight draw, and he could have catch a king. He actually had 10 outs there.
You know, I'm not a big advocate of running the cards. I'd rather just play it. But in this case, because they selected to run it twice, it favored Mo. Because he split it rather than getting 1/3 of the pot.
And 30 in blind.
Well, Ronnie, I'm not going to have the energy to argue with you here because you're here in the booth. But I got to tell you that the EV does not change no matter how many times you run it.
Well, he got lucky. He caught his set.
I understand that, but if you run it once, if you run it twice, if you run it 3 times, it's just a variance reducer. So,
Well, then why run it at all? That's my point.
because it's a variance reducer. I mean, Freddie's about, say he's about 80 to 85% to win with 1 card to come.
Right.
He runs it, twice or 3 times. The more you run it, the more times you're going to actually win towards your percentage. If he had only run it once, he would have lost the whole thing, right?
That's true.
Button's over here in Tuckman's hand, in seat 4.
Dave, are you going for
How did you know the 8 was coming?
Dave, are you going over for just for fun, or is it turn?
Limped around here 3 ways.
Me and my buddies get together once a year, like a guys' weekend in college.
Look at this, clubs on the flop. Send it to Tuckman. Send it to Tuckman.
No?
Anyway, we get together once a year.
They checked it?
2 years ago, we got
Yeah, everybody checked here.
opening
10
day of the
before.
football season, Redskins, Jets in Washington, D.C.
You can come and get it here from Don.
1 year's whitewater rafting, this year's
I'll,
Vegas.
Never mind, I'm going to think
I'll
Yeah,
hand
all
Tuckman a
college
pussy
buddies. A
shot.
couple of high school, actually even high school too.
Where'd you go whitewater
Not
at?
that big.
And the Rivers of the Tennis States. Doesn't help anybody.
Well, no one really bet here. It looks like Alan Ellis, the best hand here with a pair of 4s, doesn't he?
That's what we, once
I
a
don't
year,
think
no
anyone's
wives,
been trying
leave the
to
wives
steal
home.
it at this
Yeah.
No
point.
wives, no wives, all the guys.
And Alan Ellis is going to take it down.
Dennis, you're gonna buy me. You didn't put
Buy you a drink? Bring an extra shot then, man. Jesus.
What?
Patron. Patron.
Patron.
No.
That's good. But the current river is very deep.
Today everybody has.
Sure.
Beer is every day, but today is different.
Here you go, Ray. Send that little tequila shot out here
How I get it?
to Tuckman. Button moves over here to seat 5. That's JR.
I think this game's going to loosen up a bit now,
Here it comes.
especially since Dave's doing the shot.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No line?
No line.
Oh, I got limes back here, man.
Just want a line. I have a line now.
Again, we're playing 10-20 no limit here for real money. It's a $1,000 minimum buy-in.
Right.
Unrestricted max. The brown chips are $10 chips and the whites are hundreds.
When you are there, right now.
And Dave actually, man, he won a lot of money this afternoon. I was playing with him, Ronnie, in the 5-10 game.
Man. I tell you, man.
He's so comfortable. Look at him. He loves cash games.
Thank you, David.
John here is going to raise with Queen 9. And there's Tuckman's shot.
Wow.
And Russ is called here with Ace 5.
That's lemon pay.
Oh, no! Are you kidding me?
3 more cards on the clock. Wow.
That is terrible. Oh, no.
You're not going to get me in the game much
That
longer.
hurts me just to
Oh,
watch him.
my goodness.
Oh, there's the 4th club, the ace
Russ
club.
Russ actually plopped a pair. It's a 4th club. Russ actually has aces up here. And John is basically drawing dead to a chop. River here is an 8, and Russ is going to win this one. I don't know if anyone's going to bet as I pour another shot to Tuckman.
He checked it down,
They checked it down.
and Russ takes the pot with aces up.
Yep, there it is.
You know, watching Russ over the past few weeks, he's really loosened up his game.
Yes, he really has. Just speak up a little bit there,
Okay,
Ronnie.
here we are.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Russ has really loosened up his game. I like the way he's learning as he goes, but he's really not afraid to play with these guys now.
Yeah. He makes some moves now. He used to be really, really
He does.
straightforward. He made a couple of nice semi-bluffs over the last couple of weeks in some shows.
You could get Russ off the hand really easy a few weeks ago. Now it's not that easy. They really starting to respect him a little more now.
Yeah.
There's Dave in shot number 2. That hurts me to watch him. Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah. Second.
I'm getting drunk and I haven't even drank anything.
There's the line. That is crazy.
It's going to be a long trip to Vegas tomorrow for
Yeah,
Dave.
Dave's actually leaving early to Vegas to meet up with some of his buddies. Looks like Mo straddled here, and Russ limped in late position. So we're heads up here for an $80 pot. And actually, you know what? Russ completed out of the blind. And he's up top here. He's going to come out and lead. He's going to bet 110. Is Mo
That's a
going to
nice
make
play.
Mo's going to call. Maybe Mo is going to set up a play here, Ronnie, because Mo has nothing. He only has ace high, and Russ has got top pair. Turns a queen. Now, is Mo going to try to represent a 9? Now,
Ooh.
Russ checks.
Now, I would have bet there.
Wow, and Mo checks right behind him. And the river here is a 6, and I don't really know. And you know what? I think maybe Mo thought that Russ was just trying to bluff at it. Maybe his ace high was good at showdown. He never took a shot at it.
I'm not quite sure what Russ was afraid of. He bet the flop, but wouldn't bet the turn. If I would have fired a bet out there, he could have taken it down right there, I think.
Maybe he thought that Mo was sandbagging a 9. Mo actually likes, slow play hands.
I like the bet just to get information. If someone smooth calls me, or even if they go over the top, I get the information I need for the hand.
Yeah.
And a check doesn't really tell you a whole lot.
Where does he go?
6 moves.
Again, you can email
There
us
you
here
go.
at 3 to
Mark
2.
3, David 2.
Email us here at liveatthebike.com. Questions, comments, suggestions.
Oh, this is very cool, Bart. You get to see all the emails and.
This is actually a funny email. Well, it's not funny, but it's actually one of the things that I've actually told David outside of the show, off the show. I've told him personally, and I've told him on the phone. David's actually the type of guy, I think, he doesn't like to be told what to do.
Right.
So, you know what? If he doesn't like to be told what to do, I'm not going to tell him what to do.
Okay.
But I've actually made a couple of suggestions with him. I think sometimes he really tends to talk too much on the table. We have an email here from Niels van der Linden. He says, Tuckman is a fish, ... for blabbering about his queen-queen hand. He should talk to himself in his mind, not force Alan to change his game. Good luck with the shots. And Dave he's a really good friend of mine, and I like his game, but it plays into his game that he talks so much, but sometimes I wonder if he does talk too much about strategy at the table. Let's get into this next hand here. Look at this. Seat number 6 is going to raise with ace-10 of clubs. And Freddie's got pocket 5s. He calls in. Mo's got jacks here in the small blind. And Tuckman has ace-king offsuit.
Ace-king offsuit.
And Mo's going to raise. Mo is re-raising out of the blind. Now, any other player that's a tight player, I think Tuckman probably folds this pretty easily. But because it's Mo, it's going to be interesting to see what David does here. Mo's going to make it 400 more here to go. A raise here by Alan L. Freddie calls, who's real tight, and Mo has re-raised. And Tuckman is looking at it, he's like...
How much is the re-raise?
400 more here.
I know, but it's almost like the live at the bike. First they give me a big hand against
I don't know. I think Dave might make a call here, smooth call, and see a flop.
Well, let's listen in here. I think... You know what? I think he's probably going to get away from it, and I think it's the reason why I think it's the right lay down there, Ronnie, is because again, against a good player, Ace King is not a hidden hand. You're not going to win a lot.
That's
You're going to
true.
lose. You're going to probably win a small pot.
Oh, I think Ace King is the most overrated hand in poker.
Yeah.
I like to play it after the flop, but that's a pretty big raise to see a flop.
I mean, and for Mo, and you got to understand the players here, and David, Mo, and I know the players really well. For Alan L to raise out of seat 6, and for Freddie to call on the button,
right,
and then for Mo to re-raise those two tight players,
you got to put him on a pair.
Mo has got to have a big hand.
Absolutely.
Big hand. Ace King minimum. Ace King suited. There's at a minimum, David is probably drawing, and I don't even think Mo might re-raise there with Ace King against those two players.
If Dave doesn't put him on a pair, he makes that call. But that was a good read.
Ace King offsuit.
New player coming into seat 8.
And in terms of talking too much at the table, I think it all depends on who you're talking to. I think Dave knows Alan so well that I don't think he was giving away too much.
Email here from Gregory Reviello talking about he thinks that a hand like Ace Rag is naturally stronger short-handed in position. Its value depends on whether your opponents are also adjusting to the number of players. And that is a good point.
That's
If people are not loosening up because it's short-handed, well, maybe the hand actually doesn't increase in value. Now, Mo is going to raise here. He's going to raise with ace-7 offsuit here on the button. After a couple limpers, he makes it 200 to go.
See, I think Mo feels more comfortable tonight because it did start out a little shorter. He's been playing pretty tight lately.
Alan limped in with Queen Jack offsuit. And Mo is going to take it down there.
And
He shows the ace. He says, which one? Yeah.
I've known Mo a long time when Mo used to play pot limit, cash game over at another casino. That's where I met him. And so he has the ability to mix up his game really, really well. He can play before the flop. He can play after the flop. He likes to mix it up. That's why it surprises me that he's been playing so conservative lately. But he's been losing, so that changes your thought process a little bit.
Live straddle here by Hollywood Russ here. Seat number
I
7.
believe you.
We have 2 queen
Unless you're a
jacks.
heathen, I believe you.
And Mo's going to raise it up here. Looks like he's got pocket 10.
Pocket tens.
2 red 10s.
Now he's
here.
running over the game. Now he's running over the game.
Mama, would you give alcohol to this guy?
I think position is very important against Mo because you don't want to be intimidated him. You want to play your own game, but you want to be in a position that you don't want to just call Mo. You want to be in a position to re-raise him to get the information you need to play the hand. That's how it dictates whether I play a hand or not. If the guy raises or just smooth calls.
You're like a human card
You can take a lot of pots off this game if you play your position correctly. I'm not a big cash game player, but when I do play, I play pretty tight.
I'm going to get maybe 250 pounds.
Button moves here to seat 5. That's JR. And I think that we're probably going to see Dave here back pretty soon. It's interesting. Kind of like I said, he filled that prop role,
Right.
filled the game up, and then
I think he's enjoying being out there, though.
Yeah.
I give you $250.
Absolutely.
I make $1,000 bet on the Kentucky Derby.
And the more he drinks, the more he'll loosen up.
Derby weekend. Derby. I'm going for Derby weekend and then Ahoy weekend.
Tomorrow is the Kentucky Derby.
yeah.
Are you a horse fan?
Well, I follow the basic Triple Crown races.
Right,
You know,
me
not a huge
too.
horse fan. Now this is interesting. Mo is raised. He's made it 80 to go. He's got Big Slick suited, and seat 8 is limped under the gun with Big Slick suited. Some people would pull the limp re-raising against an aggressive player like Mo in this spot if they were Vic.
Right.
Now Russ is going to call. There's a lot of dead money. Let's see what Vic is going to do here. Is he just going to call? He's kind of short here. Boy, I really wouldn't mind a push there. I got to tell you,
Right.
with a couple of dead money in there, so we're going to see 4-way action here for a $320 pot. Here we go. Wow, Ace Queen 7. Mo and Vic have flopped top pair, and Vic is going to lead out for 200 here. This
And
is
that's
gonna
a
be
nice bet.
Interesting to see how Mo is going to play this. Vic is actually got a free roll here to backdoor spades, and Mo is going to raise to 1,000. And all the money's going in here, Ronnie. I can't imagine that Vic is going to get away from this with Ace King.
No.
With this with these stack sizes. And
And
again, it says Vic is 5% to win because he's rolling on backdoor spades, and the rest of the time it's going to be a chop.
Welcome to the game.
And I certainly don't think Mo at this point puts him on his king.
You want to make a deal or you want to run it down?
I thought that was a pretty small bet.
Well, they're asking. They're going to run it 3 times here. This is going to be interesting.
7-7.
It's usually going to be a chop.
Wow.
No, keep going. Dealer turns a king. That changes nothing. This hand is going to be a chop here. And that actually bodes well for Vic because none of the spades have come out that round.
So he might get 11.
All right, here we go. Backdoor spade here. Vic can win with the spade. He does not win now. Chop it up. Turn as a jack. That's
And
it,
they're gonna
Ronnie.
chop
They're going
it
to
up.
chop the whole thing up.
All right, now I understand what you were saying about the value of that.
Oh, I said 82-1. He said, guys, don't waste my time.
You should probably show your cards first, and then.
I know, we don't waste
then
the time.
run it.
Well, again, it doesn't necessarily matter because obviously Vic actually got a slight chance.
He did.
He's got a backdoor spade free roll.
100% free roll. He cannot lose.
As Tuckman eloquently points out in the background.
Put in $100,000.
And even if Vic fires out more on the flop, Mo's not going anywhere with this game.
Yeah.
You put everything.
Well, Niels van der Linden has also emailed us and says, please do not take Tuck out of the game if the table fills out.
Can somebody have an ace high?
Well, I mean, there's more of this to come. I think that when I come back from Chicago, Dave and I are going to play in this game at least once a month. So
Oh,
this
great.
is not going to be, a one-time thing.
I'm an ace out.
Ace high straight flush? So I have nuts.
Yes.
Ace high straight flush? Yes. I put my mortgage on it.
We have pocket kings.
Yeah, pocket kings here for Alan Allen, seat 6.
You have the nuts.
Use of her.
I don't feel it.
This is another one.
I've seen, your wife,
Hear that in the background? I'm going to actually try to keep this as mellow as possible tonight, not talk as much. I think a lot of good table banters going on in the background.
I'm getting drunk.
I know.
Alan Allen's going to make it 100 here with kings.
Ace high straight flush? Yeah, I put my mortgage on it.
And Hollywood Russ here is going to call
Private tournament.
pocket deuces.
I folded queen jack of diamonds. 3 flop to a big raise.
Can't imagine that Mo is going to call here out of position with queen 10. Well, he
Yeah,
is.
he is. I think Mo feels frisky tonight. He's going to mix it up a little bit.
$300 pot here. Top set here for Alan L. Let's see how he plays it.
Flop.
Mo's got a gut shot here to the jack, Ronnie. If Alan L plays it cagey, Mo could spike a jack and he might break him. Well, Alan L's going to bet.
10, 15.
He's going to bet 110. He made it look kind of sloppy here.
He did. I don't think Mo's going anywhere for $110.
Once online.
He might take one card off and see if
He might think that he's weak. He might raise it. No, he's not even going to get involved. Kind of that reverse tell that we sometimes talk about. I think Alan showed the top set there.
Nice hand, Alan L.
Email here from Doug. Bart, you're the man. No way I could take 3 shots and still be coherent. There's more to come there, Doug.
I agree with him.
Jive Dadson's email is it okay with Tuck to turn the table mic up just tonight? One announcer, I'm in Live at the Bike heaven.
Oh, wow.
So again, I think we're going to keep it a little relaxed. Try to not talk as much tonight.
That's cool.
They're terrible players. You have to show them a hand.
Now, traditionally, is this game a pretty big action game on Friday nights, the 1000?
Well, of course. You've been watching it for the last 6 months.
I know I don't pay that close of attention when I'm doing the cards. Confuses me. But we have some new players here tonight, yeah?
They want to see him take shots.
Limped around here.
10-4, no good. You have to give me something I can play.
Well, King 10-8 here. 2 players with diamond draws. And Russ has got top pair.
I think he's going to put a pretty good-sized bet out here.
Well, Russ is on the button here. You'd imagine he's going to bet. But you know what? Alan's going to beat him to the punch. He's going to bet in with a low flush draw. And is Russ going to raise here when we talk about top pair with a weak kicker? Is his hand good enough just to call? He is going to raise. What I mean by that is that you need to almost find out where you're at here with King Jack. And he does raise.
If I was sitting on the button,
And Vic is going to call. Wow, that is really surprising, Ronnie. Vic, he calls a raise with a pure dry flush draw there from up front, out of position. And that is a dry flush draw there with 5-6 diamonds.
Well, that gives Russ something to think about, for sure.
And actually, excuse me, it was Alan L. I'm sorry, Alan L. bet in with the open-ended straight draw. And Alan, in seat 9, has overcalled with a smaller flush draw. And this pot is quickly $1,000 to the turn. The turn's a 3, and Hollywood Russ is still in the lead here. You wonder if he's going to put a nice bet in here.
Well, I would sure try to eliminate my opponents on this hand.
Wow, this is really something. Alan L in seat 6, who bet the flop, is now going to bet the turn. He's going to bet 440 still with just the open-ended straight draw. I mean, if he caught a 9 or an ace and it was a diamond, it would be no good. He bet the flop. Hollywood Russ raised him. Everybody called, and he called, and now he's bet the turn.
If Russ doesn't put them on a bigger king, he has got to put a big bet in here. He cannot let them draw
I got to
out
tell
here.
you right now, I don't know if I'd continue on here with Russ's hand. He raised the flop. Now this guy called, and now this guy is bet on a safe turn card. What is King Jack beat here?
Nothing, and he doesn't really know where he's at. That's the problem.
Well, he did raise, remember, and everybody called, and now the guy bet into him on a blank. I think I probably mocked King Jack here, but he makes the call. Oh, he's going to raise.
That's a nice play by Russ.
He's going to raise here to 1,000. Well, I think it was pretty much raise or fold. And Vic is out of there.
That's a very nice play. Because now, if you're on anything less than a draw, you can't call that $1,000.
Allen's out of there, and I assume that Alan L is going to get out of there. And you wonder if Russ thinks he has the best hand now. I mean, you know, it's funny I say that, but again, that guy in seat 6 bet into me. I raised. Everybody called. And now he bet big on a blank on the turn. I can't beat 2 pair. I can't beat king queen. I can basically only beat king 9. Right?
That's right. That's a perfect example of what I was talking about, Russ's play evolving. He played so passive before, and that was a very, very nice bet. I mean, even if a guy raises, that's going to give Russ the information he needs.
Wow, he made it 1,000. And look at this. Alan is still going to call him with the open-ended straight draw. This pot is over $3,000. And the river is an offsuit 9. And Alan L makes the nuts. And there is nothing that Russ can beat now.
That is unbelievable.
Remember, he could beat king 9 before. Now he can't. He can beat nothing. He cannot beat king queen. He can't beat ace king. He can't beat king 10. He can't beat king 9. He can't beat king 8. There is nothing he can beat.
And he knows he's beat. Now, the question is, if he bets more than 1,000, does he get Alan off the draw?
Alan L here is bet 900 into a $3,000 pot. It's about a $4,000 pot, 900 to call. Russ is getting about 4 to 1 on his money. But sometimes, Ronnie, I mean, there is absolutely nothing that Hollywood Russ can beat except for busted diamonds.
Yeah,
would this guy have done this with busted? Would he have played it in this manner with busted diamonds?
I don't think so. You know, If Russ is going to stay in the hand, he played it right. I mean, that was a nice bet. If he bets more, does Allen call? I don't know.
And that's exactly what Russ says. He says there's nothing I can beat. I mean, the only thing that he could beat, and Allen else shows him, and I don't really like that because he gives a lot of information to the rest of the players.
Now, Bart, did you put 1,000? Did you call 1,000 yourself on a draw? You're open-ended, but what are the odds?
Open-ended. There's 2 diamonds out there. Remember, there were 2 other people on flush
Yeah,
draws out
right.
there.
That's right.
I can tell you, I don't mind the bet. But when he raises on the button and 2 people overcall,
Right.
you got to get away from Queen Jack suited there of spades, right?
Yeah.
I mean, remember, there's just nothing there.
But he
got to
did-
hit the offsuit 9.
Yeah.
I mean, that is unbelievable.
But once you make a decision to play a hand, you got to play it aggressively. And he did play it correctly. He just got unlucky there, I think. Now, I'm not playing King Jack in that position, but with that flop.
Button moves over here to seat 8.
Nice lay down.
Wow.
Hollywood Russ is going to raise.
Allen called that 1,000 like he knew that straight was coming.
I mean, maybe you wonder if he was going to represent a diamond there as well. I mean, if he was going to represent a diamond on the river running as well, maybe it wasn't a bad call. If he knew Russ was going to fold if the 3rd diamond came on the
That's a
river.
good point because I think Russ is putting him on the diamond draw.
Russ is raised here with ace-jack suited, and Vic is called with jack-10. Well, it's missed both players here. See if Russ can continuation bet here. He is out of position. He raised in the cutoff and got called by the button. And he is going to bet. He's going to bet 150.
Okay, I'm a small guy. I do 8 shots on draw.
And he's going to take it down.
Those are my 2 favorite positions in poker, first and last. Nothing in between.
Right, that was a really, really interesting hand, I got to tell you. Can you hand me another beer here in the fridge? I don't know if we have an opener.
Bart, you're not slurring yet. That's good.
Call him up and make sure.
Years of experience, buddy. Now, these Coronas aren't screw tops, though, man.
Oh, they're not?
Here, use your teeth.
Oh, where's the bottle opener?
Yeah, I don't know how to do that, though, Ray. I'm stupid like that. Ray, you might have to help me and come and use
We'll
the
get
lighter.
it open.
Please, somebody help me. Bring a bottle opener in here.
There's Freddie. I like Freddie.
Isaac's got me. Yeah, Freddie, Freddie doesn't like to lose. He plays plays it really tight. I think he kind of leaves a lot on the table, Ronnie, with the way that he plays. He almost plays it a little leash tight.
Yeah.
Didn't come, did it? Didn't come.
No. That's what I'm saying. No, I just had a good king. That's what I'm saying. If I don't put him on flush draw, I'm gonna potentially win. But since I put him on flush draw, I'm against king. I have 7 outs.
They're having fun.
Against him?
Yeah, you know what?
No.
King queen.
No, I had king jack. And I figured it was better.
Yeah. I'm going to turn the table mic up a little bit, Ronnie. Just lay back
Thought
here.
maybe you had one of his outs.
These guys are really talking.
Okay.
Limped around here 5 ways. 6-5 for a couple diamonds.
Not much out there.
Lamo's got a bottom pair with an open-ended straight draw. He's going to bet 150.
I can check and fold.
And I don't think anybody can call
Vic has a pair of 5s.
with a gut shot there. Is Vic going to make this call here?
Check and fold too.
He's got deuce 5 of spades here, Ron. Wow, that is really surprising he calls. He calls.
I think he
Turns a
thinks he's
9.
got the best hand right here.
And he goes check, check. And the
I hate
river's
that.
a 5.
I
And Vic
hate
hits
that.
chip
I
5s.
hate checking.
Well, now Mo thinks he probably needs to bet to win. He's going to bet 150. And I don't necessarily know. Is Vic going to raise him here? He's just going to call. Oh, no, he is going to raise.
No, you gotta make it 220.
He raises. He min raises
You
here.
raise it.
He's going to min raise. $150 bet here by Mo.
Boy, if I'm in the hand, I don't like missing a bet.
Deuce 3 here. Probably
Win or lose, I'm going to fire on that turn.
Well, Mo's not going to pay him off here. No. Mo says ace-5 is good. Not quite.
Close, though.
Close enough. Again, we are here live at the bike. I'm Bart Hansen. I am here with Ronnie. What's your last name, Ronnie?
McMillan.
McMillan.
McMillan and wife. My
Dave
favorite show
Tuckman
in
is
the 70s.
playing here in seat 4. It's Cinco de Mayo. I'm taking a shot. every heart, diamond, or spade flop, and Dave's taking a shot every club flop. I'm also sipping on a Corona.
And I'm drinking Red Bull.
You don't drink, right?
Mm-mm.
No. Never did, really?
Never did drink.
Button moves over here to Mo. See, number 8 is going to limp here with the Jack 10 offsuit. We haven't really seen Dave play. I mean, Dave sometimes has this image, Ronnie, where he's almost like recklessly loose aggressive, but he really isn't. He knows what he's doing. He hasn't really picked up a lot of hands.
And he certainly knows everyone at the table.
Yeah.
I don't know, you know.
Heads up limped here. Jack 10 against Queen 9.
I saw the diamond right away.
Well, John's got second pair. He's going to come out and bet, but Vic has top pair. So probably going to see at least a call here. Wow, Vic is going to race to 300 here with Jack 10. Boy, I mean, you know, it's funny. A lot of people like aggressive play there, Ronnie, but with JR's style, man, I mean, is Jack 10 good enough to raise there to 300? I mean, I know it's limped around, but could John have Jack 5 there? 9-5?
I think he knows that if he bets anything less, he could get beat. So he wants to take it down right there with his Jack 10.
I mean, at the same time, you look at his stack size. He raises to 300. John comes over the top of him. He almost needs to call.
Well, then he's forced to call, unfortunately.
That's what I mean. You always have to keep track of stacks. That was a big raise there for just one pair shitty kicker here. Looks like we're going to get a new setup in here.
I would love to play this game, actually.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, Ronnie, you've played a lot of poker. You've been playing poker for at least 20 years or so.
I've been playing tournaments for about 12 years.
12 years. And I see you playing the restricted buy-in, no-limit cash games. Now, no limit in terms of a big cash game is relatively a new game. I mean, really, it's a 2-year-old game spread in a live format. Do you think you'd have the confidence to come in? We're going to do a chip count here.
You have permission.
Alan L here has got 4,800. Got over 16,000 on the table, plus 3. My shot count. You can take a look at Tuckman there, -2. That's his shot count.
Oh wow! So you're up.
Remember, I got 3 suits though. Take a look at the differences here. Well, Alan L is up 2,300 there. Tuckman's he's about even here for this game, and he's down 100, give or take.
He hasn't really been that involved at this point.
What is that, Sean over there? Sean's a prop here. Sometimes we mention her when we talk about players who are kind of really, really tight in limit. She's kind of a super, super tight limit player, but might leave a little bit on the table because of lack of aggression and lack of moves in limit.
Yeah, I think you have to be aggressive in a game like this. You know, I don't think I'd be afraid to play this game. I would love to play this game. But you have to have the bankroll behind you. You know, you can't play scared money in this game. You got to be able to make some counter raises against these guys. Because if they know you're playing scared, they're going to just take the pot away from you.
Gets folded around here. And they're going to chop it up. Chop it up. Almost done with the first hour here of the show, Ronnie.
It's fun.
Again, you can sign up for the archives and watch every show we have ever done, rearranged and much, much better from how it was set out before. Really, really nicely organized. Head over, click on the on-demand archive, upper left-hand corner of the screen.
It's a great show. I don't want to admit this, but I watched the show for the first time the other day.
Did you on the archives?
On the archives. Yeah. And it was great. You guys did a fantastic job. I wanted to watch it just to see if I was doing my job right.
Now, Dave is limped in here with pocket deuces. Now, JR's got ace-king here on the button. Ace-king offsuit. And he's going to make it 120. 100 to call. Now, is Dave going to take this heads up out of... Well, Allen's now called, Jack 10. And I think Dave is going to try to see how deep JR is. Can he make this call? And he does call with deuces. He's going to try to break JR if he hits a set here.
Well, Dave's pretty much prepared to lay it down if he doesn't flop his set.
King
I don't know.
4-4, and John's got the best hand here.
Dave.
I was going to say, is Dave going to try to take a shot here at this?
Not a bad play, unfortunately.
I don't think John's going anywhere. Now, John knows that Dave could bet out here on a 4. Tuckman's going to bet 250 here, but I don't think John's going anywhere. But remember, Dave would bet a 4 here. He would bet a flush draw, maybe.
Sure.
He'd also bet pocket 8s, or in this case, almost an underpair to the board.
Well, Dave's best friend right here would be John raising, because that would be an easy lay down for him.
I got to tell you, if I have ace king here against Tuckman, I might not raise. I might call and make a read on him and let him keep, maybe let him see if he keeps firing. Because Dave could have a 4 here, remember.
Dave's pretty smart. That's
And look how JR is struggling with this. Because he knows that Dave would bet out of a 4. JR watches the show. He's trying to see, would Dave call with something like 5-4 here? And are you kidding me? JR lays ace king down. That is what respect. I mean, he watches the show, and he laid it down.
I'll tell you, Bart.
The bet there by talking with
I'll tell you, that's why I love position, because there's no way for Dave to win this pot without betting out. Even in front of a top pair like that, that was a nice play. And he's prepared to lay the hand down if JR does anything drastic.
I just think that JR knows that David would bet a 4 there and did not want to get involved with it.
I would have a tough time putting Dave on a 4 myself.
Well, I think that Dave might call with a suited connector there. JR looks deep enough. JR also watched Dave and I play at the 5-10 game when Dave really killed the guy over there this afternoon. So Dave kind of has a good image, probably in JR's mind, from that game, great. From winning about $3,000 over there.
Good job, Dave.
And look at this. Are you kidding me? Oh, I got to tell you. Alan L. here is raised. John Limpton with ace-9.
Don't call heads up. You call, I go, okay, I take one.
JR asked Dave what he had. Dave said, will you watch the show later? JR said yes. And Dave said 5-4 suited.
Oh, that's
Isn't that
great.
unbelievable?
That's great.
Ace 10-10.
Liar.
No
line
and look at
poker.
Tuckman lie at the table. He's lying his ass off.
Bet into the razor with my big hand.
Let's listen in.
Because if he has ace king there, I don't know. I bet it. You make it 600. Then he can't get away from it. I move all in with my 4, and he's drawing dead to 2 out.
I had like the ace of spades and the king of diamonds. Something like that. I had no.
And
look at Dave play the table, Ronnie. But this is when I talk about, I almost sometimes tell Dave he talks too much, but he really works it into his game. I mean, he bet on pocket deuces, and he's making everybody believe that he bet 4-5 suited.
Well, he's telling the truth. He knows they're going to watch it later.
I personally think if someone talks too much just for the sake of talking, it's not good. But Dave is extracting information, and I think that's great. He's so comfortable. Look at him. He's so comfortable in this game. Maybe it's because of the 2 shots. Yeah. 2 shots will do that to you.
Dave's going to raise here with king 10 offsuit. I mean, he's got tight enough players in the next 3 spots that he could almost consider this spot 3 off the button as the button.
Absolutely.
Because if he raises there, a lot of those guys are going to fold in between the button and him.
He's created a pretty nice table image with these
Well, look
guys.
at this. Vic is going to call with kind of a real garbage hand, ace-6, and Alan calls
king 4-4.
deuce 4 hearts.
Alan calls with an Allen hand.
King 4-4. King 4-4.
This pot's about 300 here. We're going to go 3 ways.
All clubs. 4-5.
All clubs.
Well, Tuckman's hit top pair here. No one else has anything.
Let's see how he plays this.
Well, he's going to bet, obviously. Are you kidding me?
Wouldn't you be surprised if he checked?
I would be very surprised. It's not like he has ace-king here. He's got king 10, and he's going to take it down. Funniest thing there is that if he bet and got called on a flop like that, that really isn't that draw heavy.
Right.
I mean, someone could have 6-7. Would he, talk about making that pot control bet on the turn? He's not a huge proponent of checking the turn, but like say if Alan called him, he can't like his king.
Right.
And Alan might call king 9 or king 8, but he probably would bet weak on the turn and then maybe check the river behind him.
Ronnie and Bart are frying now, huh? Like that? I asked him, I go, hey, they want me back in the commentary? They go, no, you're fine, Dave. Stay out there. I'm going to get a notice. I'm going to get a notice when I come back from Vegas.
It's okay, Dave. This is a one-time deal.
Just kidding.
5-way action here, limped around. 10-8-5. Looks like we got 6-7 here, open-ended straight draw for Vic. And Vic is going to bet 100 here. Alan calls him with middle pair garbage kicker. And we're heads up. Turns a 4 and 6-7 to the nuts here. It gets checked to Vic, and he's going to properly build a pot up here with the nuts. He bets 200. Ronnie, how many times have David and I preached about the fact that somebody checks there with a made hand on the turn against a non-aggressive player
right.
who is not going to bet into you up front as a bluff on the river. And that is probably pretty much the only time I would ever really want to slow plays if I can get somebody from up front who's aggressive to bluff at me. But besides that, I want to build myself a pot up.
You know, I tend to agree with you, Bart. You know, I don't like slow playing. I'm going to bet my hand every time and then react based on what they do. I hope I have the nuts and they just call me.
The truth is my ass. That's it. You want to see my ass? Here we go.
No, we don't want to see.
And you've noticed in this game, they like to try to set these traps. You know, I think that's dangerous. I just like to bet my hand.
Looks like we get a raise here by JR at seat 5, Ace Jack suited. He made it 80. He's going to get called by seat 6 with 7, seat 8 Vic with Jack 10. Allen's going to call with 4s.
Pocket 4s for Allen.
We're going to see four-way action here.
I got great position here.
King 6-6 here on the flop. Well, Allen L actually has the best hand. Now, let's see if he's going to come up and bet 7s if the pre-flop razor check to him. This might be a nice time to bet. He is going to bet here, Ronnie.
150.
He's going to bet 150, about half the size of the pot. Now, Allen's not going to get involved in
No.
pocket 4s, is he?
I don't think he is. It wouldn't surprise me if he did, though. He might think he has the best hand. He's going to, if he plays it, he's probably going to put a little raise in to see where.
Funny thing about Allen's game, well, this is the chip shuffle, smile and fold. Watch it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
He's pretty
Well, not
short
the
there.
smile. I
so-
didn't get the smile. The funniest thing is, though, if I had ace king there and I bet that flop and Allen moved in, I probably would fold. Well, it depends on the stack size.
Right.
You know, because Allen has a 6. Or, you know, maybe not ace king, but if, say, I raise with king jack and he moves in, there's just no way my hand's good there.
Right.
You know? U.S. implants. Remember, Alan L. is a orthopedic surgeon.
Stop raising.
We need chips here.
They're bringing a new dealer into the game. Got an interesting email here from Aaron Duncan. He says, your analysis of how running it multiple times impacts your EV is certainly mathematically correct. However, you know, I remembered when Barry Greenstein was on the show and he talked about he doesn't like to run it multiple times because it doesn't, you know, include the fear factor. You know, if you run it multiple times, people know that they can call with their draws or know that you might be, you know, making a move with a semi-bluff.
Right.
And might not be, you know, really fearful of your raises and your bets. And it's a good point, and that's why a lot of guys don't run it multiple times. They have the bankroll to run through the variance. They won't run it multiple times.
Right.
So it definitely is a good point there by Aaron Duncan. Again, you can email us at live@thebike.com.
Thank you, Aaron.
So it looks like Hobbs coming into the game here in C3. We got a full table now, Ronnie.
5 players.
He's going to buy in for 3,000.
Flop is 8, 10, 10.
10, 10, 8 here was limped around. And Hobb here is going to bet out with ace-8. And Hobb is the type of player, just like Dave and just like me, who would bet a 10 there. Might bet an 8 there. Might bet a straight draw and a flush draw there.
Welcome, Potter. Yeah, every day you got this one, almost your 4,000 cash.
Come into the game, win your first hand. Good job, Hobb.
Man, I haven't taken a shot in a while. What's up? Do I need to add a pair to this game?
Are you feeling your shot yet?
I'm good. I've had like, what, a beer and a half and 3 shots in an hour?
I think this game's going to get...
And look what Tuckman's got here. Can we pan over to that window? No, pretty hand there, Ronnie.
Davey.
Yeah, there it
King,
is.
king.
Cowboys. And he's in the big blind, which is always nice. Now you wonder if somebody raises in late position, can he play it savvy? Now look at this. Freddie is raised to 100. This is going to be interesting how Dave plays specifically against Freddie. He's got kings, and what is Dave going to do?
Well, I think Dave's just going to call him.
Could he really play it savvy here? I don't necessarily know if he's... Vic has an open voluntary limped from up front. How much money does Freddie have?
You want me to tell you a special request?
Yeah.
This is only because I like you. Okay? Only because I like you.
Dave's going to re-raise.
I'm being serious. Only because I like you, Fred. Anybody else I don't. I'll show you if you want.
And Dave says, only because I like you. Oh, look at this, but Freddie doesn't believe him. Freddie calls. Dave re-raced with kings, and Freddie called. And Freddie only has 500 left. And Freddie's going to go bust here if rags come out here. And Dave has gone in blind. He's bet blind. Well, I think that's probably enough there, and Freddie folds. And Dave shows the kings. It's interesting, though, because Freddie's so tight that it's almost, it might not necessarily be value to kind of play it cagey, Ronnie, because, you know, if the flop comes out rags, and you check it, and he has ace king, he's just going to check behind you. You know what I mean? You might actually build the pot up if he's got jacks and queens.
So if Dave just loop calls there, you don't think it changes anything?
I don't think it does. I think Freddie bets like 50 on the flop.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't think it really changes anything.
I know. I put all my money in. I don't have to worry
You
about
hear music.
That's a mariachi band there for Cinco de Mayo. Hopefully they'll come around to the table.
it. Worry, I put $500 on the blind. How much worry was there? He beat me. Congratulations.
You would have done it anyways.
You got pocket jacks, you got it.
Five players.
Five-way action here, limped around. Queen, 9, queen. And Dave is going to come out and bet with ace-9 here. Like he would bet a queen. He's going to come out and bet with ace-9. 2 pair with the best kicker.
It's a nice little bet.
And John has called him with jack-9. Wow. And this is going to be interesting to see how Dave is going to play this. Turns a 10.
I check.
And I believe, yep, Tuckman is checked. And it goes check, check, and the river is a queen. And they're going to chop this one up. It actually gets checked down. Dave says he gets lucky. Yep, you got lucky. Chop it up there, Ronnie. Best 5 cards in any order, right?
That's true. Now, what if Dave bets the turn? What happens?
I think he was a little bit surprised to see John call him there. I don't know exactly what he thought he was going to call him with. I mean, if he called him with Jack 10, now Dave's behind, right? Because the turn was a 10, right?
That's right.
So, you know, now if he was open-ended, now he's got a pair of 10s and he beats Dave. I don't know if he goes anywhere if he bets in again with Jack 10. So, I mean, Dave is very good at putting players on a range of hands and what their hand is, which is really the next step in becoming a better
cash game player.
Yeah, big time no limit cash game player. Hollywood Russ is going to bring this one in for 9. He's got 7-5 of diamonds.
Not too long ago, Russ wouldn't even be playing this hand.
No, not from up front. No, he really makes his game up. Button moves over here to C5.
Have you noticed that when the game started shorthanded, Mo was playing a lot more hands?
Absolutely. I mean, Mo, I think he's really accustomed. Mo actually told me a story about over at the other casino. When no-limit cash games would sometimes go 10, 15 years ago, they would go 5 or 6-handed. So he actually has a lot of experience playing in short-handed live no-limit cash games. Obviously, he knows that he needs to open it up a little bit. And now he's really tightened up. We've got a full table now. Limp, limp, limp. Dave's going to fold an ace-4 offsuit here.
I walked in an hour into it. I was like,
Three-way action. 10-7-7. Hollywood Russ has got ace-7. And look at him. He used to be a habitual slow player.
Exactly.
Look at him lead out right with 7s.
No.
I have to credit myself, Ronnie, for that.
Really?
Yeah.
And why is that?
Why is that? He watches the show.
You know, win, lose, or draw.
No, I just think that Russ watches the show. I think the more and more he plays, the more and more he realizes that, you know, if you bet your good hands, if you make a move with your semi-bluffs, that it's very, very difficult to put you on a hand. And I think what exemplified that, one of the most amazing hands we saw tonight, was Tuckman betting into JR in C5 with pocket deuces and JR laying down ace-king with a king-4-4 flop.
And you guys have been pretty tough on Russ.
Yeah, we were. I really like his game now. I really do. Pocket jacks over here on the big line for Vic. Dave's got 9-10 offsuit. He's going to limp in. JR's got ace-king. Ace-king offsuit. And he's going to bring this one in for a raise. He's going to make it 80 to go. It's going to be interesting to see what Vic does here on the big blind.
I hate ace-king, and Ed hates me.
Well, I don't necessarily know if jacks... Well, now you got a bunch of callers in there. Do you play it just as a call and maybe hit a set here? Vic is not that deep, though. Depending on stack size, you might just commit with this hand.
Right.
If you're deeper, you might just call. And he's going to re-raise here to 280. And this kind of puts John in a tough spot because his stack has been kind of whittling down here. Is he going to call the $200 re-raise? He's in position here with ace-king.
He might think he has the best hand, and if he does, he's probably going to... I don't think he can just smooth call here.
Well, he's going to call. Okay. And Russ is going to overcall here with deuces. And here we go to the flop.
He's feeling confident here.
Well, Queen Jack 8 here with a couple of spades, and Vic has hit a set. He re-raised and he hit a set.
That's probably one of the few times I would like my pocket jacks.
Yeah. Russ checks. And he's going to bet. And you know I love this bet. He bets 500 here. You wonder if he checked it. You know, John might have checked behind him. He might have spiked a 10 there. John is going to absolute garbage here. He's going to bet 500 here, and there's no way that any of these guys can continue on.
Boy, he's wanting to make this call. What do you need to get, John? Think about that.
Well, he doesn't have spades or anything. Now he's going to lay it down there, which is tough for him. Russ obviously lays down pocket deuces.
That's my favorite hand in the big blind is pocket deuces. I always flop a set. In
Really?
tournaments,
Always?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. A lot. And that's one of the few times that you can trap with a small set like that. If it doesn't cost you a lot to see a flop. Now, cash game's a little bit different. I'm surprised he was actually in there with pocket deuces.
I might have to take a voluntary shot here soon enough. Here, right? I mean, three got my hopes up, you know, real quick.
What are you drinking? What is that?
Patron Silver.
Oh. Is that alcohol?
It's the finest of alcohol.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I was thinking about buying Don Julio over at the liquor store last night.
This Red Bull is not affecting me at all.
Yeah. Never done the Red Bull vodka thing?
Actually, I made a mistake 3 weeks ago. I had 6 Red Bulls. That wasn't good.
That'll screw you up.
That was bad.
Hollywood Russ is going to raise here in 90s on the button. Look at this. He's going to raise with 9-4 suited.
See, I love that.
I mean, I can tell you, that really is a move. I mean, I've seen George Georgian do it. I've seen players do it. I've never seen Mo do it. That is a move that I will not do. I will not raise with a random hand in late position. And what I mean by random hand is just a hand that is definitely not working together. Now, that 9-4 was suited, but that is a hand that is garbage. I mean, we've seen Jonas do it in the past. I saw him do it with 7 deuce of diamonds a couple weeks ago. It's just something that I don't do. I just, you know, I want to almost have, you know, I want to use my position, but I want to have a somewhat of a connecting hand, you know?
No, I agree, because most times people think you're just moving on the button just for the sake of being in that position.
Now, this is interesting. Dave has got King Jack suited in the second spot. He's going to raise to 80. He could have limped. It's interesting. I wanted to see. He might have even folded at the right table. JR is going to call him here with pocket 8s. And Vic, man, he seems to love this ace rag. He's coming in with ace 4 offsuit here on the button, Ronnie. And that is a garbage hand.
It is.
What are you doing?
People fall in love with those aces. I hate ace king, so imagine what ace 4 would do for him.
All right, this is interesting. 5-5-3. I'm sure Dave's going to lead out here, and how is John going to play it? John has not hit his set, but he has an overpair.
John's got to like his 8s right here, so I would imagine he's going to put in a raise.
I mean, couldn't Dave have been pre-flop raising with a bigger overpair? He's going to bet 150 here into a $240 pot.
Well, that's why you want to play this hand aggressive. You want to put a raise in to get some information. Doesn't have to be a big raise.
He could raise it up right here. Well, he's going to call. And I got to tell you, Ronnie, this in essence gives Tuckman a free card. Look at Vic lingering around here with the overcard and the gut shot wheel drop.
Last time I bet ace 9.
I mean, what happens if Tuckman catches a king or a jack here?
You really need to protect those 8s a little bit better, I think, but we'll see what happens.
Here we go to the turn. Well, the turn's in 9. Let's see. Dave checks. Wow, that's unbelievable. John checks behind him. And the river is 7. I can't believe that John didn't bet 8s there on the turn, Ronnie.
Yeah, he should have. He should have
raised.
raised.
And it checked down here on the river. Oh, man. I mean, that is giving a lot of free call. I got to tell you, JR looks like he worships Dave the way that he's playing here tonight.
I think any one of those two players could have taken those 8s away from John. Because he was afraid to play him.
how does John not bet the turn there? That is...
He's afraid of him. I think if Dave bets into John, he might take off that line.
I mean, do you blame Dave, though, for checking?
No, of course not.
I mean, come on. I mean, that board was not draw heavy, obviously. I don't really know what you put John on there on the flop when he makes the call, but...
He played that really, really soft.
Button moves here at Freddie in seat 1.
I lived there for 11 years.
Yeah, I remember you were coming to Brooklyn. None of those come out.
Flushing, Queens, Staten Island. For 11 years? 11 years.
If ace comes out, I got a hammer. If king comes out.
Limped around here 3 ways.
3 players.
Diamond!
Oh, here we go.
Check.
Well, you've been wanting to drink, Bart.
I know.
You got your wish.
Good.
Can we call for beer, please? Donna? 4th diamond. Call for cocktails, please. Needs a shoot.
No diamond, diamond.
Diamond there.
Most got 9 diamonds, so it's going to take
Give
it
it
down.
two.
All right, here we go. We got a little beer left for the shooter. I won't make the face this time, Ryan.
You might. I know I would.
Get him in the window.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
4 to 2.
Much better when Sheila did. Of course, ace king didn't hold up.
Bud moves over here. Ooh, look at this. Look at this. Cinco de Mayo here, Ronnie.
Here we go.
Look at the players' looks in their faces. They don't seem too pleased.
Look at Mo. Mo's getting down. Live at the bike. Unedited. Unscripted. Unrehearsed. Where else could you get this, Bart?
I hope everybody's drinking along with me. All right, we get a big hand there. Get those guys out of here. High Broadway suited. Ace, king, king, queen suited. Ace, jack of clubs.
We're going to have some action on this one. Somebody throw him a tip. My favorite songs, Bart.
All right. Hopefully these guys will. Okay. All right.
Muchas gracias.
Raise here by Russ. It looked like I couldn't tell quite if it was Russ that raised here, or if it was Alan L.
I think it was Alan.
Alan L raised with king queen suited. Russ called with ace 10. A call here by seat 8. Mo has called with a suited connector. Tuckman's in there with ace jack of clubs. Oh, excuse me, Russ raised. Russ raised. JR is going to come over the top of 5 people. He's going to re-raise with ace king.
Gracias, amigo.
And these guys are really giving a toke over here to these mariachi guys. That's great.
Well, our aces are dead, so...
Remember, it was a raise by Russ. 4 people called, including Tuckman, and JR came over the top with ace king. He's come over the top for an additional 200, which really isn't that much here, Ronnie. I mean, the pot is like 400. He only raised it 200 more. And Russ here, I mean, Russ opened with ace-10 offsuit, which is somewhat speculative in early position. I mean, his hand is garbage. I can't believe he called there. I really like Russ's call, but, I mean, that hand is absolute garbage.
I'll tell you what, I'm liking Mo's hand now.
I said, let's go.
Dealer thought that Mo said all in. Mo said, let's go. Mo's going to fold here. Well, he called. Well, and again, now look at Dave's hand. I mean, the pot is already $1,000. He's out of position. He's got ace-jack of clubs. And he's going to call. And Tuckman's going to get to... I like Mo's hand here, Ronnie.
I do.
Tuckman's going to get real lucky here. Well, 3-6-3, and let's see what happens here. Is John going to be able to fire up after he re-raised? Because if he gets checked over to Mo, he's going to pound his spot.
He's going to pound it.
Well, look at this. John is going to move in. And I think that move is not going to be able to make Mo call. It was a $1,000 pot. He's moving in here for $1,200. I don't think that Mo can call here. I wouldn't call a 6-5.
Well, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if Mo does call here.
No, I would be really surprised. And I'm going to tell you, I like the play here by JR. From what we see out there, you know, he actually committed himself to the hand. I can't imagine that Mo is going to call here with 5-6.
Well,
no way.
JR was not the raiser. He just smooth called.
No, JR re-raised pre-flop.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he re-raised. I don't know what Russ is thinking about with ace-10 here. I mean, that is what Russ has, right? Ace-10.
Welcome.
It's just an acting job. There's no way Mo is going to call here now. But I got to tell you, if John checked it there, though, Mo is going to pound that pot. There's no doubt about it.
He played that right.
And he shows an ace, but it was actually John's aggressiveness. I was a little bit surprised that he only re-raised 200 there on the re-raise out of the small blind, but he actually pretty much moved himself in there with ace-king.
You know, by re-raising, he was representing strength, and by betting out, Mo can't.
There's no way that anybody can call there unless they had had a trip.
I wasn't sure that he had.
Yeah, he had actually re-raised.
That was a nice play.
We'll see it.
And he says ace-king is true.
A lot of times with ace-king, if you don't hit your flop and you have re-raised pre-flop, you can take it down. And that was a nice play by him. And tournaments are so different. So different.
Well, yeah, tournaments are very, very different. Where's my beer? What's going on here? Donna.
Everybody calls.
You didn't limp in under the gun. You already in there.
Oh, he limped in with ace-king.
He bought the button.
And everybody called that.
No one's come back here.
Well, you limped in and then it was a $90.
See, that's uncharacteristic of me, so now you never know what I do.
You know what though? I was up about 290. All your profit. I just gave it away.
Damn it, you got that.
Ronnie, I got to tell you here, I might have to break the seal. I might have to leave you alone here for 2 minutes. Is that
No
cool?
problem. I'm cool with that.
Yeah?
So you laid down?
I laid down. You don't think that's a you tell me to lay down, I would do it.
Wait a second. You said I gave you 300. I go, I told you.
Oh.
No, I was just actually asking for more cocktails now.
Even more.
Yeah.
Well, tell me lay down. Hey, when you bet this, and he goes, trust me,
Button moves over here to Dave.
That's poker for laying
The
down.
only thing I can do is turn the damn hand over.
Hello. Dave, look. Dave.
Alan here is limped in. Ace deuce of clubs. Dave is going to call with 8-9 offsuit.
Sometimes you have to capitalize on your
JR is going to make the call.
That's great. That's a great play, man. Great play. I gotta tell you, if I had jacks, I don't call you.
I know.
This is the way you let him really run his stuff.
And that's interesting. You know, Dave just said he probably wouldn't call JR with jacks there.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Here we go to the flop. It was limped around here. Ace, queen, queen, flop. Couple diamonds.
I needed to drink. You needed Bart to drink. I needed me to drink.
Alan flop top there.
Clubs come. I win money and I drink. 120.
Alan's going to come out and bet here.
Okay.
Next time I'll have aces.
He's going to bet 120 here, Ronnie.
That's a nice bet. You know, he has to be afraid of a kicker there, so He wants to find out where he's at.
I don't know. I mean, if you limp in with ace deuce of clubs, is that really the flop you're looking for, though, with ace deuce of clubs?
You're not going to see me in there with ace deuce.
Well, I know that. But I mean, that's part of the problem from up front. I'm not going to play that hand from up front either. But
you really don't have a way of telling where you're at. But so by betting out, he was able to take it down.
All right, Ronnie. Because I've been drinking, I need to break the seal.
Where are you going?
All year. I'm going to go to the bathroom.
All right.
I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Have fun.
Worst case, I don't think anybody's good. Jacks or queens, and I got overcards on the draw if you call.
I think he's looking for more alcohol.
Tens, nines, eights, sevens.
Well, I'd lay jacks down to you.
I'd lay
I'd lay
jacks
queens down to you.
Same difference,
Probably
though. Makes no difference.
Right there, I would.
Unless I flop trips.
And the button's in C6 here.
Straight, you win that.
I have to complete the whole story there, you know, or I can't win.
That's good play. Good play. You still had line cards.
Oh yeah, that's what I figured. It's like,
It's flipped around so far.
Great play.
You have 6 limpers. And it's all hearts on the flop. 5, 8, 3 of hearts.
he only has 3 clubs.
And Russ in seat 7 is flopped. A flush, a queen high flush.
You wobbly?
Russ in seat 7 is flopped a flush.
5?
Yeah.
5 and 2?
I'm not sure.
This is a flush night. This is a flush night.
John has middle pair. And Russ has let out with a bet, which is what I would do here. Alan calls. How much is the bet? So we have an $80 bet. He flopped a flush. Alan called the 80. And the turn is a 10 of hearts. I'm not liking that if I've already flopped a flush. You fire out 200. He shows his flush. I think he lost a little money there. I think if the turn's anything but a heart, he might be able to get a little bit more money out of that. And he takes it down.
Was it just one card to go? I think I might have because Russ wanted to split it out for both of them.
But he's standing? We can do that.
I'll just be curious to look at it later and see if we can.
Can I stand up too?
I don't want to get involved with him.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, oh, I should write it down. Back on.
It's limped around. Action's on Davis holding the Queen 10 off suit. And he's going to put a nice raise in here. He raises it 90.
I got a horse in there too. George is my horse.
JR folds, Allen folds. Red Smooth calls here. And Allen calls as well. We have four-way action. It was in an $80 raise by Tuckman with Queen 10 off suit. And here's the flop. Flopper. Hearts back.
I'm back. I heard I had a heart flop that I missed.
You missed the heart flop?
Well, Tuckman raised with Queen 10 off suit here.
$80 raise with Queen 10. He got
and look at
three
this.
callers.
Russ here is going to lead with Jack 10, but look at Allen's hand in seat 9. He's got the nut flush draw with the straight draw. He's going to call the 180. This is going to easily get Tuckman. Actually, he's going to move all in here, Ronnie. He's going to move all in. He's going to move in for 300 more, and I don't think that Russ can continue here. I don't know exactly. It looks like the pot's about 600 or 700 here. Another 300 for Russ to call. There's just too much out there, Ronnie.
He's thinking about it, Russ.
I mean, Russ would need to catch a jack. You could catch a 10, and he makes the call. And here we go to the turn. Turn is a 9, and Hollywood Russ has got two pair. Well, excuse me, Allen's picked up a pair now. And the river is a 4, and Allen gets there with the diamonds. Allen picked up a pair there with King 9. He had the straight draw to the 10. Russ could not catch a 10 because it would have actually given Allen a straight. But Allen did not have a pair then. I mean, Russ would basically need blank there.
What is Russ putting Allen on?
I was kind of surprised. It looked like it was maybe he was getting about 2.5 or 3 to 1. But anyways, was it a heart last time? Oh, boy, here we go.
It was.
I'm feeling it now, Ron.
Are you really?
I have my eye on the chip runner over there.
Here we go. Is this number 4 or number 5? Yeah.
Number 5.
You hear that, Bart?
Here, the cocktail girl is on her way.
You need to stand. Let me stand there. Oh, this is better.
Limped around here 5 ways.
We have some Broadways here.
Ace, Jack, 6 here. A couple clubs.
Change that to the ace of clubs, please.
And Mo is going to come out and bet here.
150?
He's going to bet 150. He's going to bet out with 3-4 here, and he's going to take it down.
That's a nice bet by Mo.
Yeah.
He's thankful
bet
that
there
nobody
by Mo.
called.
What's up? You're my favorite, Tracy. Come over here. This is my girl here. This is my girl.
Tracy and Bart.
Oh, yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Thank you, Tracy.
Ah, I love that, Ronnie.
A little loopy.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
Loosening up.
Bud moves over here to seat 8.
Yeah, that's going to get Bart going for a month.
I got an hour and a half left in the show. See you out there.
Hi. That's marriage material, huh, Bart?
Very material?
Marriage material.
Oh, marriage material. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you, last time you did that, Bart was talking about it for like months. Ever since St. Patrick's Day. He loves
You
it.
made his day. You made his day.
I was standing up and she walked right by me.
It got limped around here, and Freddie has raised it
Wow.
with 9s. He made it 300 more.
7-way action.
Yeah.
Good job on the cards there. I know how hard that job is.
You know, Hob is thinking about it, but you know what? You got to look at your opponent's stack size here, Ronnie. And Freddie is almost all in here with a $300 raise. You know, the funny thing is that, like I said, I spoke with Nicole Pepe, who used to commentate on the show sometimes here.
Nicole.
She will buy into the 5-10 game, no limit 500 game for 500, and she plays it kind of a short stack theory.
Right.
And the advantage of playing short stack there is if you make a raise with 9s, a guy can't call you with Jack 10 suited. Whereas if you're playing deep stack, a guy can't call you with Jack 10 suited in position, right?
That's right. You know, that's not a bad way of buying into that game. I think.
But
And
you
Nicole's
gotta,
pretty conservative.
You really got to tighten it up pre-flop.
Definitely,
right?
definitely. That's in that case, 2 position is very important.
You can't be calling with suited connectors.
Not at all. You
small
can't
pocket
take chances.
pairs, because you just don't have the money to do that. Hob is going to raise it up here to 80. Oh, we're going to look at a chip count here. It doesn't look like there's much out there.
Well, there's something out there.
It's okay. We'll go through this real quick. We got about 18,600 on the table. Tuckman there.
How's
2,
he doing?
B5. Let's take a look at the differences. Alan L is up. Tuckman's up about 100. He's still breaking even. Russ is down 1,200.
Got one move.
And look at this. You're right. Actually, I didn't see that. Freddie, as we get back to the action, he's got pocket queens. And he's going to move in. Hob raised. Allen called, and Freddie moved in.
Wow.
And like you said, Hob just mucked. He just mucked the ace-queen very easily. Because, again, Freddie's on the short stack. He's doing that with a minimum probably of pocket 10s or pocket 9s. And there's nothing that Hob is not going to call there with ace-queen. It might even have been debatable if Hob would call with ace-king. Ace-king, of course, is a lot different because unless you're up specifically against aces or kings, and if you're getting 2-1 from the pot, you don't even mind if you're up against kings with ace-king, right?
That's right. And,
Yeah.
you know,
And that brings it back to tournament.
he's a
I
short
think.
stack and he's representing strength.
Yeah.
And if I don't have a pair, I'm not going to give him.
But you probably wouldn't call there with 9s or 10s, would you? If you
Probably
moved
not.
in? No.
Probably not.
I mean, it kind of, short stack can really muscle around because they're on the small stack. Limped around here. 4-way action. Jack 8-7 here, a couple diamonds. Well, Freddie's got ace-jack over here.
a
He
nice
just
flop for
limped in
Freddie.
on the button. And I think he might push with this hand, too, if somebody bets into him. Well, let's take a look at it. John is going to bet into a straight draw here. He's got a gut shot to the nuts to the 9. Let's see if Freddie just pushes. It's a $70 bet. Well, Freddie's just going to call. Well, he's got some chips. Remember, he plays very, very conservatively. Maybe he's going to see.
I think Freddie thinks he has the best hand. And he wants
Well, the
to see what
turn's a
John does.
7, and Freddie is still good here. If John checks, I think Freddie's going to push probably. Oh, look at this, though.
Now Freddie's probably going to go.
John is going to bet 140, and Freddie immediately calls. And this pot is now approaching $500. John needs a queen, a 9, or a king, and the river is a 5.
John,
and look at this. John checks, and you know what? I probably would value bet here with ace-jack as well. Freddie's going to bet. He's going to bet, looks like 150 into a $500 pot, and John's out of there.
You want to see it?
Now, if I was Freddie, I think I would have gone over the top on the turn way bet.
Well, I think, you know, Freddie likes to play the short stack because he accumulated some more chips. But I agree with you. I mean, he still only has about 600 or 700 here.
Right.
If you choose to limp in with ace-jack and the flop comes jack-8-7, I think with about $250 in dead money on the flop and you get a guy who bets like 120, I think that's a push with the short stack. And again, I like to keep this, I like to keep the show interactive. Somebody can email me or post on the thread if they disagree with me. But again, I'm not that familiar with playing that short stack strategy because I like to buy in deep.
I'm an expert at it because I never get a big stack. But in tournaments, it's a lot different.
Well, tournaments, you're almost inherently short stacked, aren't you?
Yeah. 12 years now I've been short stacked in tournaments.
Russ is going to raise here to 90. He's got ace-9 of clubs.
I need help, Russ. I need one of them.
And he's going to take it down there. I just think, Ronnie, that if I play deep stacked and no limit against more inexperienced players, or against players I think that I'm better than I can outplay, I leave a little bit on the table if I'm playing short stack as opposed to buying in almost to what they're buying in at if I'm comfortable with the money.
Right.
Because I can break it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I mean, that's just the way that I look at it. I would rather play in a deep stack 5-10 game than play short in a $3,000 min buy-in in their 25-50 game that we do on Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously it depends on the line.
Yeah, if you're short, you really need to know who you're up against.
Now, Mo here, he's raised from the cutoff. He's got ace-jack offsuit. Alan L actually looked like he had limped, and he quickly gets away from it there. And Mo takes it down.
Good job, Mo.
I don't know if Alan L limped there or if he just folded pre-flop, but with ace-jack offsuit in this game and a no-limit game under the gun, I really don't mind the fold pre-flop. It really is not a hand.
With ace-jack?
Ace-jack off.
Oh, yeah.
Under the gun.
That's an easy lay down.
Yeah.
A lot of players fall in love with those aces.
Wow, this is a good point here. Email here from James Geffler. Said on the hand that Vic had raised with Jack-Jack out of the flop and flopped Queen-Jack-8, Tuckman had limped in that hand with 9-10. And he would have flopped a straight. Interesting
So the
point
raise
he
got him
picked
out.
up, yeah. Ace-3-3 here on the flop. It was limped around. It misses everybody. Turn is a 7. And Russ is going to throw some money in here. $60 raise. And then a follow-up email here by Kevin who says, hey, Bart, is Dave playing just so he doesn't have to drink with you? Could his raise with King Jack of Hearts be a result of tilting? Because in the previous hand, he would have flopped the nuts with 9-10 off. Again, I did not quite catch that. But yet, when Vic had raised there with jacks. But somebody else had raised. It was not limped around. I think somebody else had raised, and he re-raised. So even if someone else had raised, I don't think Tuckman would have called
You're talking about the hand when he had 9-10 off?
And Vic had raised with jacks. I think somebody raised before Vic, and he re-raised
That's
with
the right lay
jacks.
down. He's not mad at that.
No, of course, but I mean, even if Vic had called, I don't know if Tuckman calls behind with 9-10 off.
I don't think he does.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, someone, but I think that's how the action went off.
And I honestly don't think Dave's thinking about that hand
No, I don't think so.
later on when he gets to King Jack.
John has limped in here on the button. You see the blinds here go. 6-2-6 here on the flop. Gets checked around. Turn is a king. It's a third club. John's got the queen-high flush draw now. Checks again. River's a 4 here. And Allen is backed into the best hand here with ace-4. It's probably going to get checked down again.
Pretty passive.
4, you got that.
And Allen takes it down.
Too bets on my button. No money out there. This is like that. You're going to raise.
A lot of checking in this game. I don't know, if I'm sitting in a cash game and I see a lot of passiveness, I'm going to take advantage of trying to take some dead money out of the pots.
Well, again, though, this is not a tournament. You don't necessarily need to. You're not in a rush to accumulate chips.
No, sure, I know.
Yeah.
But there's been 3 or 4 opportunities where they've checked it all the way down.
A good look at Dave.
How's his stomach going to feel driving to Vegas tomorrow?
8 of clubs, queen, 8 of clubs. He's one off the cutoff here. Let's see, you know, this is probably raise. Would he ever limp in here?
This is a fun
He's
hand.
going to raise. I was going to say, you know what? He's going to raise. Remember, I told you, Ronnie, he's got 2 very, very passive players behind him.
Right.
Now, John, JR here, is going to call. He's got the speed limit in C5. He's got pocket 5s.
I get a hand against you.
I have a hand.
You're the only one I get lucky.
Freddie's got queen 9 of diamonds. He's out quickly. You know, if if John does not hit set and Tuckman bets, he's probably going to take it down. Well, let's see if John gets involved here. Let's see if Tuckman makes the continuation bet. Is John going to get involved? There's only 1 over to his pair.
That's a nice bet by Dave.
And he's going to bet very, very aggressively. He's going to bet 250 here. Is John going to get involved with 5s? Is this pretty much a raise all-in or fold move?
That's why the raise before the flop is important. If you're going to play the hand. Because he's thinking, he raised, what could he have?
No, I know that.
Then you get 8.
Look at this. This is unbelievable. Dave tells him, I have an overpair. Which one do you want to see? And he knows he can show him any card because both cards are overs to the board.
Right.
Isn't that hilarious?
And he set that up by raising. He really did.
Yeah.
If Dave limps before the flop, John can now take the lead and take that hand down. That's a nice play.
Dave is really playing, he's playing a pretty good game there tonight. He hasn't really gotten he hasn't gotten mixed up with a big hand where he can win a lot of money yet. Flopped any type of set or anything, but.
And I really don't think that, he knows everybody. He's not afraid of anybody on this table. He's pretty relaxed. He can just wait and play the player.
King Queen of Diamonds over here for Allen in the small blind in seat number 9.
If I raise, you might.
Limbs around here. Well, I think they're going to chop it up here. Yeah, they're going to chop it up. Email here from James Rangel here, Ronnie. He says, take those shots like a man. It's nice to see Dave in the game putting to practice what he talks about on the show. Keep that guest commentator on with you. He sounds like he should be doing the smooth jazz hour on a radio station.
Really?
Yeah.
I love jazz.
Funny, people are familiar with Dimitri who plays on the show. You're actually Dimitri's kind of personal assistant,
I
right?
am.
Yeah.
I work for him.
Yeah. As well as you do the cards in here. You've been doing that for what, 5 or 6 months?
5 or 6 months. I'm just not getting the hang of it.
You really do. You do a great job. I mean, it is very, very difficult. We've actually gone through 3 or 4 people. Evelyn, she's the producer of the show, and she had worked up the practice for the last year, but.
Evelyn's a great teacher.
It's kind of a knack when sometimes when you make an error, the software is a little bit. It's not necessarily so user friendly where you can correct the error.
It's really not. Right? It's not easy correcting a mistake, and I was horrible at it for the first 4 months. As a matter of fact, I couldn't even do it.
Yeah.
Now I feel pretty comfortable with it.
Button moves over here to Allen in seat 9.
And I've actually learned a lot by working here, by watching this show. I mean, it's great. It's fun. What else can
Look at this. It gets limped around, and Mo is going to move in here with pocket 8s. He looks like he's a little bit short here. This is just vintage Mo. He's just trying to loosen the table up here a little bit, Ronnie.
He doesn't hold. There's not a lot out there to contest him either.
I mean, like I said, I don't necessarily recommend this to players. I mean, there isn't a whole lot of value. I mean, he's risking $1,000 here.
Well, what if somebody wakes up with a hand behind him? That's the danger of that.
Give him 10 times. Let him go.
There you are. Put 1 8 7. 7 8. Oh, you got 8 7? 8 7. 8 7.
Button moves over here to seat 9. Seat 1.
No, thanks. My doctor said no, you can't drink for 3-4 months. What? My doctor said you can't.
Button moves over here again to Freddie in seat 1.
Yeah, that's heavyweight.
And the big blind here looks to be Hob.
Hey, I'm going down Vegas this week. You want to put me in?
Ace queen off suit here for JR, seat 5. See if he brings it in for a raise here, Ronnie. Again, we talk about, a lot of people will limp here from up front, but is this the hand that you necessarily want to limp and see Walters ace queen off? And he raises to 80.
Oh, June, okay. I'm going to play too. I'll be there for 2 weeks.
Where No Limit is evolved to now is that a lot of players are catching on to the fact that
well, Hobbit's going to call him here in the small blind. He's dominating.
I personally like to get in cheap and see a flop. I like to play after the flop here.
Well, Hobbs out flopping here. Let's see how he's going to play the queen jack. Jack 9 deuce. I think he's going to, properly, he's going to come out and bet and see where he's at. And he does.
Last year, 2,300 people.
120?
He's going to bet 130.
I came 60.
John's a pretty tight player here.
And so's Hobbs.
I played 3 hours. Not I won. I got money in 2 hours. In the orange one.
Old man one.
Let's see what JR is going to do.
I cashed.
I don't know if John's going to continue on. He knows how Hobb is pretty tight player there, Ronnie.
King Jack.
And the button's going to move over here to seat 2. Got a little over an hour left in the show here, Ronnie.
How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I think I'm actually going to take a I'm going to tell you, I just have the biggest crush on that little cocktail.
Which one? The one that just came in?
Yeah, Tracy. I think I might take a little voluntary shot here. Maybe see if she can come in the booth again, grab my ass or something. Let's see. What do you think about that, Ron?
I'll get out of your way.
Yeah.
That's all I got in last year.
Don't cock block me, Ronnie.
No. That would be hard to do.
Depends on how much you have, but yeah, you have enough chips. We were down.
I might have to take a voluntary shot and call for her to
Yeah,
come
we were
in
down
here.
to 16. I had I had plenty of chips. The big stack raise.
Limped around here.
It's the only.
Talkman's got an ace deuce off suit here.
We have some Omaha hands here.
Yeah, ace deuce, ace 4, and 3 4.
Flop that
Look
wheel.
at this, ace 3 here. Now, Tuckman's got an ace. Vic has a better kicker, and Allen's got second pair. Dave's going to lead out here with ace deuce. He's going to bet 50. I don't think Vic is going to go anywhere. He's going to call.
Vic can't be in
Hey,
too
look at
love with
this,
his
Allen
ace 4.
overcalls here. This pot is quickly $200.
Allen loves this. He loves.
Well, if the 4 comes, he's in big trouble. And I called it, Ronnie. The
You
4
sure did.
comes. Ace is up for Vic, and Allen has 2 pair. Vic is going to bet 100 here, and Allen's in trouble.
I don't think Dave have.
He's going to bet 300. Now, against Allen, though, you might put him on deuce 5 here. I mean, I know Allen so well. Might you just call and check call here? He makes the call, and this pot is quickly $1,000. Here we go to the river. Well, the river's in 9. Let's see how this one goes out.
What's that other thing?
Vic checks, and Allen checks right behind him. Wow.
I think I would have put a little bet out there.
Deep fried chicken wings and what else?
I can't believe that Allen thought that he was beat on that hand. If I was Vic, I think I would have fired a little.
All right, tell the table I'm going to do a voluntary shot. Up my count. Up my count.
Hey guys, Bart's gonna do a voluntary shot.
Voluntary? No, he better wait.
He can't do that.
No voluntary shots.
No.
Tell him to pick a 5 coming. Tell him to pick a number instead.
Pick a number.
Pick
What
2
do you mean?
numbers.
He's got 5 coming.
Pick 2 numbers.
6s and 9s.
6s.
Big lick. Big lick.
Okay, 6s and 9s. There you go.
All right.
If it's 3, 2 shots.
Here comes Tracy. Oh, should I stand up?
Just 2, then he gets 1 shot.
Is this my cue?
Hard wants to get drunk. He wants to.
Bud moves in here to C3. Did I get word that Tracy's going to come back here again? Oh, bring her in here. Bring her in here.
See, one has ace queen suited.
Limped around here.
Oh, we have pocket tens for
6-way
Allen.
action. 5 deuce 5 here on. Look at this.
Nice
Hobbs
hand
got
for
trip
Hobb.
5s. Yeah, he's got trip 5s. And look at this. Allen L is going to bet out here with 10s. He's going to bet out here with 10s, and let's see how Hobbs going to play it. He's on the button. He's going to raise right away. There's a couple clubs out there. and he is going to raise. He's going to make it 280. And by playing it fast here, Ronnie, you wonder if he's going to get more money involved. Can Alan L. continue on with the hand? It was a pot that was limped around.
Well, he's trying to protect that hand, too, by minimizing his opponents there.
I just, you know what? If it's limped around, can Alan L. really continue on here? He's going to get into big trouble if he continues on.
He's going to have a hard time putting him on a 5.
And he makes the call, and this pot is quickly over $500. It turns a jack.
That's going to save Alan, I think.
Wait a minute. It looks like Alan might bet in here. Are you kidding me? He's going to bet. He's going to bet 500. Now, Hov's kicker really is not that good here, Ron. And what is Hov going to do? The pot is now, it's about $1,200. And I don't know if Hov is just going to smooth call here. I mean, Alan led on the flop. Hov made the raise, and now Alan has led again on the turn.
If I'm Hov, I think I have the best hand. I'm going to smooth call right here.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't think there's some scary things out there? What if he's betting into
No.
clubs here? I don't know necessarily if I have the best hand here with 4-5, Ronnie. I mean, this is a really, really interesting hand.
How can you put Alan on a 5?
All right, man, I'm gonna lay down to you.
Unbelievable. Is Hov going to lay this down? Hov shows him the 5, and he lays it down. Unbelievable.
That's tight, Bart.
That is really, really, really tight.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, I'm leaving.
Oh, there she is. Listen, I got another shot here. Come over here. Take another shot. What's up? How you doing?
Alan, you really have 5 deuce?
Nice bet.
Wow, what happened there? Lights went out.
Ronnie.
It just didn't seem that long because you've been drinking.
Oh, man, we got a raise here by seat number 6.
Have you had the 5?
They were already in. Go.
Ronnie, I don't know what to say, man. I just...
Wow, what happened, Bart?
I'm in awe.
You got some lipstick on your
Oh,
cheek
yeah.
there. What happened? That wasn't me.
Oh, my goodness. I think seat 6 raised here
He
out of
did.
the blind with
Seat
8-6
6 raised
of
with
diamonds.
8-6 of diamonds.
But look at this. John here has got a better kicker. He called. Pot is $300 now, and he's going to bet with ace-jack. I'm going to tell you, ace-jack is a tough hand to call a blind raiser with because, yeah, you flop an ace, but, Jesus, do you know where you're at? And can Alan really continue on here? No, I don't think he's going to get involved here.
In case if we go, in case we get to one.
There's no diamonds out there to help his hand, and you can't like that 6. That's a good lay down.
Because those, when I was 4 years, it helped a lot.
What do you think, Russ?
You have 30, 40,000.
I don't think anybody's going to get involved here, Ronnie.
One blind, you give it to me.
I gave you an 8.
And John is going to take it down. Interesting email here from Espen Hoydal. He says, hello, I'm having a huge discussion with my rather fishy friend here in the late night hours here in Norway. He says, the problem is he means that ace-king suited, is ace-king suited not a suited connector? We're having this discussion on the reason a magazine gives ace-king suited the same amount of points, say like in a pre-flop, starting hand formula, as 6-5 suited. Is ace-king suited not necessarily a suited connector like 6-5? Well, Ronnie, I mean, ace-king suited has a lot more value than a low-suited connector, right? Because inherently the cards are the highest.
Absolutely.
It is a suited connector. It can make straights and flushes, but you have the value of it, the fact that it's the top pairs in the deck, right?
That's right.
When you flop a pair, you've got top pair, top kicker, right?
Correct. It's not open-ended, but it is a suited connector.
But it's not, you're not going to call it a suited connector, though, in the same way you're going to call 5-6 or 7-8 suited.
No.
Gets limped around here to hob, and he's going to make it 160 to go with pocket jacks here on him.
I think, I mean, it's defined as a connector because there's no gap in between, but it's not as valued as a open-ended 5-6, 8-9.
Well, no, I mean it's more value than just when you say a suited connector's values for flopping trips. You know, 5-6 suited, 6-7 suited, trying to make a big draw, straight or flush. You know, if the flop comes out, you call a big raise with 6-7 suited. The flop comes out 6-deuce-9. You're not going to get involved. But if you call with ace king suited, the flop comes ace-deuce-8, all off suit. Well, I think at that point you really have got a very strong hand, right?
That's correct.
Interesting, we got an email here from Diet Larry Cook. He says, I've played with Ronnie many times in tourneys over the last 6 years. I want to know what's the best strategy early in a tourney. What strategy do you have? Fast or passive? And we'll get to that in a second, Ronnie.
Sure. Who's that from?
Well, he didn't sign his name, but Diet Larry Cook. Fold it around here. And they're going to chop it up here on. So what do you think about that? I mean, you know, the funny thing is that I know that you kind of play in some of the smaller buy-in tournaments where you don't get as many chips versus blind size, but when you're playing in a rather deep stacked tournament, what are your strategies early on when, say, you've got 50, 100 times the big blind?
Well, I think most of the tournament players out there know my style. They would probably tab me as being pretty tight. But you have to be aware at all times your money management and like you said, the blind structure and where you're at. I need to be 15, 20, 25 times the big blind. And I've actually opened up my game in tournaments now to make sure that I can stay up with the blinds. Because if you don't, you're just going to get blinded out. And before, I would wait for solid hands and play my position. But a lot of times I would get blinded out. Now, with the new players out there, they're very, very aggressive. Like I said, I'm seeing a lot more flops now. A lot more flops and playing post-flop.
This is interesting here. I mean, Tuckman has raised it with Queen Jack, a couple off the cutoff, and Russ has called here with Ace 10. I mean, if I want to get mixed up with Dave, am I going to call him with Ace 10 offsuit? I mean, I think that's kind of a weak call there by Russ on the button. And the flop comes up King Jack Jack, and Tuckman's got trip jacks. And look at Allen's hand. Allen has a straight draw and a flush draw, and Tuckman's going to flash play the trips. He raised it pre-flop. He's expected to bet, and I don't think Allen's going anywhere here, Ronnie.
Allen's pretty short stack, too. He doesn't have a whole lot of money left. That was a nice bet by Dave. You got to know where you're at.
I think he might check raise all in here. And I think with the stack sizes, I think that Tuckman has to call here. I mean, you're not necessarily afraid of your kicker here. He's going to make it 350 more. I think this is an easy call here for Dave. He calls. And he's asking Allen, do you want to make a deal here? Tuckman's got a jack. Allen has a flush draw and a straight draw. But the queen is no good here, Ronnie, because Tuckman would fill up. Let's see if they're going to run it 3 times. They are going to run it 3 times. Turns a deuce the first time. River's a 4. Tuckman wins the first one. Turn is a king. Tuckman's going to win the second one unless the queen of diamonds comes. He wins the second one. Turns at 6. Needs to dodge a diamond here, Ronnie. There's a king, and Tuckman takes all 3. It's a nice hand.
Wow. You know what? Look at the burn cards. I bet you they're all diamonds.
The only thing I'm saying there, Ronnie, is like if I really want to mix it up with Dave,
right,
and he raises, am I really going to call with Ace 10 offsuit? I mean, I think that is a garbage hand. I'm more apt to call him with 5-6 suited, 7-9 a club, something like that.
But again, I think that's about knowing who you're up against. I'm not calling Dave with Ace 10.
Really, but he might be more apt to like even raise with a hand that might be even inferior to Ace 10.
Right.
But you're not going to call him with Ace 10 because you know you're not necessarily going to. Because if he's raising with an ace, more likely you're going to be dominating. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. I just got to tell you, Ronnie, I hate calling raises with ace rag, ace 10. I almost consider ace 10 off, ace rag. I know it's not necessarily ace rag because of the Broadway straight possibility, but.
Be consistent.
He's the flush draw master. Allen's the flush draw master.
Yeah, but not against me. Not against me.
But moves over here to C8.
Against me.
You know, back to the tournament thing about Diet Cook there. I find myself playing a lot more no rebuy tournaments now because of that.
Look at this. Vic is flopped middle, said it was limped around. And Hobbs got ace-10, and Hobb is going to lead. And let's see how Vic is going to play it on the button. Is he going to raise right away, or is he going to trap here? It's a rainbow board. He is going to raise, and I like the raise. And I don't think Hobb is going to continue here with ace-10. It's going to get Allen out of there with ace-4, probably. And I just don't think that Hobb can continue with ace-10 here.
I make more here than I do in there.
Allen's playing 1,000. Whoa, look at this. Hobb calls.
Wow.
What do I know? Oh, boy. And here we go. We've got a $400 pot. Hopefully, Hobb won't hit a 10 here, or he might go broke. Well, the turn's a 4.
These guys are all making me hungry.
Let's see what Hobb is going to do here.
Well, that was a
He
smooth
checks.
call from a guy that laid down trip flags before.
Yeah. And he bets 200, a little pot builder here. And look at this, it's going to work. Hobb calls. And this pot is quickly $800. I like the way Vic's played the hand. And the river here is an 8. Now, I don't think you put Hobb on a 7. I think you value bet here again. And I don't think Vic is going to check it down. I love the bet here. And there is almost nothing that Hobb can beat here. He cannot be a straight. I was really surprised that Hobb actually called there on the flop. And he makes the call. Wow. I think Hobb thought he had like some sort of tell on Vic. And Vic raised him with the set. He drove forward on the turn, and he bet the river with a scary... You know, the funny thing there is, Ronnie, is that I think maybe Hobb got wrapped into the fact that what would the guy bet there on the river if it's a one-liner to a straight?
I think he played that hand a little bit backwards. You know, he didn't put any pressure back on Vic at all. He let Vic keep the lead the whole way. I think if he's trying to represent that... Wow.
I just think that Hobb thought maybe the guy was bluffing with some hand because of the fact that he bet there when it was a one-liner to the straight. But Vic had flopped a big hand there.
Now what happens if Hobb goes all in with that one-liner out there?
Oh, no. I think I call there in a heartbeat. Button moves over here to Vic, seat 8.
Evelyn said no. I don't have a job anymore. They don't want you. They don't even want me in the booth anymore.
Your job's safe, Dave.
Limped around here, 4 ways. Queen, queen, 5 here on the flop. It's going to miss everybody here. And with the players that are in here, I wouldn't have... this might get checked around all 3 times unless Mo wants to take a stab at it here on the turn. Well, Freddie's picked up an ace here. He might bet now. Well, no, he's going to check it again. River's at 10 here, and Freddie's going to take it. He's going to throw a little $30 bet out here.
It's funny, in cash games, they always try to take it off on the river. Why not bet the turn and see where you're at?
You might waste 1 or 2 in a surgery.
And Freddie's going to take it down there. Again, Ronnie, you know, I'm actually not going to be here a week from today, and hopefully we'll have some of the players that play in this game come in and do some guest commentating, like a Jonas, maybe a Jay Katsutani.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Does each one have like a
Gonna visit my mom in Chicago. Never been to Chicago before. You been to Chicago before?
I went through Chicago one time.
Yeah.
I was there for like 1 day. It's a beautiful city.
Dave says he feels like a rejected red-headed stepchild.
Tell Dave I'll play over him with his money.
Yeah, right. Limped around here 5 ways. King 10-3 here, a couple diamonds. Mo's got top pair here. He's got king of clubs. We can't see the other card. He's not telling what the other card is.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hobb is called here with a gut shot, really, with 2 diamonds. Mo actually has king jack. He led and Hobb called.
And Allen has.
And look at this. Vic is going to overcall with king rag, and Allen's got the flush draw. This is developing into an interesting hand. I'm a little surprised that Hobb is still in there with 2 diamonds. Turns a 7. Allen picks up a pair with his flush draw. Mo is still good here. And Mo is going to bet 300 now with king jack. Hobb is out of there, it looks like. Can Vic continue to call with king rag here, Ronnie? No. But now Allen's picked up the pair. He's got the flush draw. Now, if the jack comes, it's no good. Because Mo would make 2 pair, but he could pick up a diamond or 7 here. It's a $300 bet into about a $400 pot. Pot is 700, 300 for Alan to call.
My dad, mine's kind of high. My dad.
That was a nice bet.
And he's going to make the call. He needs a 7 or a diamond. Pot is approaching $1,000 now. Here we go to the river. 7 or a diamond for Alan. The river's a 9, and it misses. And Mo might just check here. And yeah, he just gets checked down here, Ronnie. I mean, that is kind of like the advantage of playing against a player like Alan. He's not necessarily going to show a lot of aggression on a bluff.
Right.
Sometimes he doesn't.
What's the soup bag?
Mo takes it down there with the king jack. Look at this buffalo wings in the background, man.
I'll have
It looks awful good, doesn't it?
Are they giving those out to everybody as kind of a Cinco de Mayo thing?
French dip.
Oh, Mo just ordered it.
French dip. French dip. I'll do, right?
Button moves over here to Mo in seat 2. Kind of a fun game here tonight, Ronnie. We
Very
got about
fun.
45 minutes left. Appreciate you coming in here. I love to
Oh,
bounce
my
things. I
pleasure.
was going to bounce things off you, and you wouldn't respond, and everyone's just like, you know,
I have an
taste.
appreciation of how hard this job is.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Wow, that's an interesting question, right?
You know what?
No, recap.
I was gonna leave
Are you kidding me? I'll get filled in here in a second. Russ is going to raise here. 3-4 clubs.
Cut me off.
Get a call here by King 6
Is that kind of like
clubs.
calling a clock on yourself?
Alan is going to call with
Isn't that
9-6
like
of
calling a clock on
diamonds.
yourself?
Alan loves those type of hands.
Yeah, little gap-suited connectors.
Calling a clock on yourself. Put a clock
There
on
we go.
And in a limp pot, that's not a bad.
Well, it's raised. Three-way action here, $270 pot. Russ is the pre-flop raiser. Queen 4 and 9, and this has pretty much missed everyone. And Allen's got second pair, is going to continue on. Russ is flop bottom pair, and he's going to continue on with his pre-flop aggression. He's going to make that continuation bet. He's going to bet $250 into $270 pot. And look at Allen, he's going to get away from it.
Good job, Russ.
You have 9-4 there?
Remember, we're going to see.
Button moves over here to Hav in seat number 3. You know, it was a little bit puzzling the way that Hav played that ace-10. I thought he was going to get away from the flop a couple hands ago. The guy flopped that set.
You know,
And then he called the river, too, at the 4-liner. We're going to take a look at the chip count here. Al and L here are leading the table. We got about 21,000. I've taken 6 shots. Second's taken 2. I've also had 3 beers. Let's take a look at the differences. Al and L leading the table, 2,200. Tuckman's up. You know, he's up about 900. It's a modest win here in this game. I mean, it's not huge, but you know,
He
he'll
hasn't
take it.
played that
3
many
hours.
hands.
He really hasn't. Russ is down 1,400.
You going to give my limp back to me?
Limped around here.
There really hasn't been that many big hands tonight.
No, there really hasn't been like a lot of big mix-ups here. 5-way action limped around.
Almost.
Queen 10-3 here with a couple of clubs.
Freddie got the nut flush draw here.
Yeah, he checked it. Now he's picked up a pair of aces with the nut flush draw. He was 2 off the one off the button there. He did not bet the nut flush draw. And now Allen is going to bet ace-6 here. And Freddie is going to call. Chances are, well, actually, this kicker
Nah, it's
is
probably
not
gonna
going
chop
to play.
that.
Obviously, you know, Freddie can catch a card less. Allen can catch a card less than 5, or Freddie can catch a club here. Here we go to the river. The river's a 6, and now Allen's got 2 pair. He's going to bet out here on aces up, it looks like.
That was a perfect card for him.
He bets 200, and Freddie calls, and Allen is going to take it down there with ace-6.
Oh, ace 5, you have 1 pair. Shit.
No, you got it.
Again, everybody live at the bike fans, I'll actually make this announcement on Monday as well. Normally we do our 300 to 500 no limit game with 5-5 lines on Tuesday. We're actually doing a special promotion on Tuesday. So we're not going to be doing the 300 to 500 game on Tuesday.
Do you know what you're going to do?
We are doing a kind of a exclusive group of people that have requested to play on the show.
Oh,
it's going to be a
terrific.
$200 game.
Oh, that should be fun. That's what's so great about Live at the Bike, you know. A lot
Button
of-
moves over here to Tuckman in C4. Yeah, you know, we kind of let
great.
that happen. Again, Dave really has not played that many hands. I mean, we've been full ring for about 2 hours.
Dave's pretty relaxed. He's having
Yeah.
fun.
Limped around it. Now, Dave's got Jack 3 of hearts. He's not going to play the up and down suited here on the button. That is just a trouble hand. I mean, a lot of people play
Right.
up and down suited, and just, man, if you flop 2 pair, you don't even know where you're at. Even when you flop 2 pair, Ronnie. Here we go,
Right.
the flop. King 4 king here. Nobody's got a king. Looks like Vic has got queen 4. That's the best hand right now. Turns a 10. Queen 4 is still good. And now Allen is going to lead out here. That's a little...
He's picked up diamonds there.
yeah, he's picked up a diamond draw with a straight draw to the jack. Not a bad bet there. And Vic's going to fold there. And Allen takes it.
I know. We believe you, man.
Man, we were like really roaring up the front with these 3 flushes, and we haven't seen him in a while now.
Let's get ace 6 across.
That's good, no?
Should have went all in on the turn.
Interesting post here by JBKKK on 2+2. It says, how does one search the archives for play or commentary by specific players? Barry Greenstein, for instance. Couldn't this be added to the site frequently asked questions? And I'm going to tell you, we are actually in the process. It's been done slightly in the new archive section. But what would you say, in about a couple of weeks, within a month, everything is going to be cataloged.
That's
Like
great.
I said, we've got a new archive section. Right now, actually, the Barry Greenstein stuff is in the comments. You can actually take a look in August and September, and it is noted when he has commentated on those shows. So there you go.
Please make it 80.
That's fine.
The St. Patrick's Day was amazing. They always kept them diamonds.
Oh my God, they folded.
$80 raise here by John, base
That's
10.
the time you should have called.
He's going to take it down.
If you did 90, that's the time you should have. Yeah, I'm sticking with 80. I get action.
It's so funny when I watched the show 2 days ago. That was the first time I'd actually seen it on the archives, and I'm sitting there going, "Oh, this is cool." Totally removing myself from actually being in here as it's going on. It's really, really an informative show. You
I mean,
guys do a
I
great
have to
job.
understand, I kind of joke with you guys, technical staff, you, Isaac, Evelyn. I mean, if I were in your spot, you have to tune David and I out pretty much at least 80, 90% of the time, don't you?
I do until you correct me on something. And then
Right. I mean, it just it has to seem like background. Like
It
right
is.
now, I'm talking about them, and I know they're not even listening.
I can't.
Oh, sorry. No, Ray, I don't think you actually ever do tune you out.
Pocket 8
Tune us out. Ace 5-5 here. I was limped around here. Oh, Al's going to throw a little bet out. I don't mind the bet here. Got 1 overcard to the pair.
He wants to see where he's at.
Hobbs got a little gut shot to the wheel there. He's got backdoor clubs. He's not going to get involved. And as you can see, I mean, David, I got to tell you, I mean, he won a big pot from a guy tonight. I'll tell you the story. He had sat down on the table, and he was kind of his cocky self. The guy straddled. He was to his left. David limped in. The guy straddled. He was limped around. The guy raised 75 in a 5-10 game. It was limped around 6 ways. Dave threw an 800 in white chips, kind of to make it look like it was a limp re-raise steal,
Right.
and the guy folded. And then, a couple orbits later, the guy raised kind of a mini raise on the cutoff, and Dave was on the button. And he raised again to 600. And the guy called him, and Dave that time had kings. The guy had ace queen, and all the money went on the flop, and Dave
Wow.
won a huge pot. And that is kind of the type of thing that he goes with, Well, Dave's got 4-5 suited. Let's see if he's going to open it up for a raise here and see where he is. He's going to make it 90. Is Vic going to call here with Jack 7 of clubs here on the button? He calls. And Allen's in there with 9-5 of diamonds running, just like the hand you said he loves.
Right, he sure does.
Well, Tuckman's going to have the other 2 players miss here and make a continuation bet. Here we go to the flop.
Oh,
Wow,
nice
look
flop.
at that. Ace with the flush draw. Great flop for Tuckman. He's got a gut shot to the 3 as well. That's a super flop for a pre-flop raiser to not flop a pair.
And he bets out, just like you said.
He bets 240. Man,
That's
it's
a
a
nice bet.
super flop for 4 or 5 of hearts,
Yeah.
isn't it?
You don't care if you don't get a call, but that was a nice bet.
You almost want to get a call there. You almost want to get a call. Maybe a blank comes on the turn, the guy checks it to you, check behind him, and then all of a sudden an offsuit 3 comes, you overbet it on the river
boy.
with your wheel, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And by betting out on the flop there, even if he misses on the turn, he has a good chance of
And you get a percentage
taking him
on
off the hand.
the mariachi toe.
I just love position. And that's from my tournament background. I don't play a lot of hands. I'm playing more now, especially in a rebuy situation. But
That's all side. That stays off the table. The way
this
it
is
goes-
fun to watch.
It goes off the table.
Email here by Kevin, talking about how you run it the river multiple times and run the cards multiple times. Again, you can go over to livewiththebike.com and look at As Seen at Live with the Bike for a better description. And I'll describe this again in a second. This was the Jack Queen against 9-10. He says, my question is, how many of those runoffs does Allen have to win the pot? And I'll get to that in a second here. Six-way action.
Six-way.
Limped around. Queen 9 Jack here with a couple of diamonds.
Looks like Vic's got a jack with a nice kick.
He always got Queen 7. He got a free run in the big blind. And he has the best hand now. I don't necessarily mind him not firing out here from early position with Queen 7. And Vic is going to bet 90. And look, Mo's just going to get away from it here, Ronnie. I mean, do you want to get involved there? Queen 7 on that type of flop. And Vic is going to take it down. Well, to answer that email there, Kevin, you know, when you run the cards multiple times, it's actually with the intention to reduce variance. And if you run it twice, you split the pot in half.
Right.
Whoever wins time 1 wins half the pot. The other wins time 2 wins the second half of the pot. If you run it 3 times like they did, you split the pot into thirds.
That's
so
correct.
whoever wins the first wins a third. Whoever wins the second wins a third. Whoever wins the third wins a third. In that case, Mo won all 3. He won them all. If Allen had won the third, he would have won 1/3 of the total pot. Mo would have won 2/3 of the
That's
total
correct.
pot, and vice versa.
You're just hedging your bet, you know.
Exactly. Yeah. Have a little over half an hour left in the show. I'm having fun here, Ronnie. Cinco de Mayo. Am I slurring my speech yet?
Not yet.
No. Gotta get some more Asian girls in there.
I think I have a couple times.
Jacks, aces, tens, right?
And I gotta tell you, I actually haven't taken that many shots for a 3 flush.
I think 3 flush is coming on this flop. Be prepared.
4-way action here, limped around.
Close.
Jack T's 4 here with a couple of clubs. Tuckman's got the nut flush draw, and he's gonna lead out. He limped in with ace 10 of clubs from early position. He's gonna bet 80 here. Doesn't look like anybody's got a jack. And this should do it here. Again, you lead out with your draws, you lead out with your sets, you lead out with your 2 pairs, you lead out with your top pairs. Very difficult for anybody to call you here.
Can't do it. Love it.
I want a drink. I want a drink.
He says I want a drink because he's got clubs there.
Good shot.
Oh, no, I didn't play. Oh, it didn't matter.
This is like a big home game here. These guys are having a great time.
Yeah.
The $215 one, that $1 million guarantee on Pokemon, and some satellites for the World Series. That's it. But only Sundays.
The double shootout?
It depends. Sunday, whatever I feel like playing Sunday.
They've got a king-queen offsuit here in the big blind.
Saturday nights.
I wonder if somebody raises it. We talked about this as a trap hand. Is he going to get involved with somebody's raise?
Speaking of suited connectors, we've got 2 people with
Well, this is interesting here. Now, Mo is going to button raise. You don't give him credit necessarily for a hand. Dave might continue with king-queen here because it's Mo's button raise. Mo raises with 3-5 offsuit. And Hava's got a little suited connector here.
and John has 8
Well,
and
look
1.
at that. He's not going to get involved here. Not going to get involved with king-queen off. As we often talk about, that is a
Right.
big-time trap hand, Ron.
It sure is. You know, I don't like ace king. Imagine how I feel about king queen.
8, 9 of hearts.
Mo shows the
I
3-5.
got one over.
Tuckman's river hunting. Look at this. Queen 6, 7 on the flop. Dave would have had the top pair. He's a little punk. Isn't he? He looks like a punk.
He does.
Yeah.
Well, he is.
Little cocky punk.
I could.
You could go.
I could go. 6, 7, 6.
Button's going to move over to Hav and seek number 3.
I have king queen. I call you.
Would you bring it to me, please?
Now I'm the big
Getting
one.
word from Donna that someone left Nicole's number on the counter. Yeah, bring it in here. Oh, ace king offsuit here for Vic and seat 8. He just limps here, Ron. He's going to limp in with a big slick offsuit. Everyone's going to get limped around.
This guy could be doing something.
Nice move, sir. Nice move. Very nice. Look, thank you. You got me a pretty flop.
King jack.
If I lose, it's your fault.
And we're going to look at four-way action here. Limped around. Well, Vic conceded it has ace-king, not aces. 6-3-8 here. And it looks like Hob actually has the best hand here.
I was thinking about food.
Did I give you this?
John's got a pair of threes with a gut shot.
You don't have to.
And Mo's got top pair. 8 with a
Yeah,
queen.
Mo's got queen 8. Mo has the best hand. Well, Vic, I never understand this, Ronnie. He played the ace-king slow pre-flop, and now he bets out on that flop with ace-king
Yeah, I never
offsuit.
understand that.
And Mo raises now. Mo's going to raise with top pair. And we see it so often, Ronnie, that someone plays like an ace-king, ace-queen suited, slow pre-flop, and then they show strength on the flop with a ragged flop.
And then someone raises and they lay it down.
Well, I mean, even if someone doesn't raise, it doesn't make any sense. You don't know where you're at if you hit
No clue.
hit your pair on the turn. Mo takes it down there. We talk about Mo actually raised there with queen 8. His hand is almost not good enough to just call. He needs to raise.
And he actually set this up. I mean, ace king lays down to Mo's little raise there. Good shot. You got to be feeling that now, Bart.
Where's Tracy?
Got 4 shooters, 5.
Where's Tracy?
Here's the best dealer in the casino
Bring
right
Tracy
there.
back in. One for the archives. I'll give you one for the archives.
Telling you. Is Tracy married?
No, actually.
I think you should work on that.
Yeah.
Get some lipstick on the other
You know, I
cheek.
have one for the kind of Far East persuasion, right? Look at this pocket aces here from Mo. I take offense by that. I'm not a big guy. You know, big in that type of manner, but Mo's going to raise it up here to 140.
Nice hand from Mo.
And Hob is going to smooth call with pocket threes. Now look behind here in Alan L. has got 9s. He's going to call. Mo's got pocket rockets here. Is this going to bring Vic into a 6-7? Boy, Ronnie, Jesus, you're building a huge pot with aces. You've got four-way action. $600 pot. Here we go. 8 deuce deuce. Well, that's actually safe here for Mo.
I would love to have seen a set over set flop.
I think you need to throw a little bet out here. Wow, and Allen also has an overpair. It looks like he's going to bet.
550.
He's going to bet 550. Let's see how Mo is going to play this. 550 into about a $600 pot. He's bet the pot. I don't think Mo's going anywhere. He's going to call here, I believe. Going to see what Allen does. Could somebody just lead out on a deuce here? And this pot is quickly $1,700.
Allen's not sure now. He thinks he's got the best hand.
Well, now that Mo calls, I don't think you possibly have the best hand here with 9s. Here we go to the turn. Turn is a 10. I think Mo is reading Allen now. Again, it's a $1,700 pot. And what is Allen going to do? And if you play deuces and you lead out here, this is how you build yourself a huge pot.
Oh, sure.
Because Mo didn't go anywhere with the overpair. And he is going to bet. He bets 1,000. And Mo is going to immediately call. Without a second thought here, Ronnie.
That's
he
a nice
calls.
play by Mo.
It was 800 and a call. Pot is now 3,000 and the river is a 5. And you know what? Actually, Mo is pushed all in.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he pushed all in. 760 here. And now the pot it's almost in a case where, Jesus, Mo let the other guy build himself built himself a pot by letting the other guy bet into him. That
Absolutely.
Now,
He played
I
that
think
very
that Allen's
cagey.
going to call.
Cagey play by Mo there.
It's about a $3,000 pot, 900 to call here. Boy, there's just not. I mean, look at that flop, Arnie. What could Mo have called with, smooth called with? I mean, I know he's getting 4-1, but would Mo really call with ace-king? It's not a draw-heavy flop. You've got to know you're beat here with 9s.
And if you're sitting in Allen's seat, you got to know that if Mo just smooth called, you're in trouble. And he knows it. And he lays it down.
He makes the fold there, Ronnie. Sometimes, we're always a big proponent of fast playing on the show. But if you're in position, a guy from up front is building the pot for you. You can sometimes just smooth call because he's forced to continue to bet into you on a future street, right?
Mo didn't have a lot left, and I think he smooth called the flop. I think I would have smooth called the second time and tried to.
Oh, this is so funny. Look at this. Chester on 2+2 sent us a screenshot. on the 2+2 thread on the Fine Living channel. It's
Oh,
got
wow.
Howard Lederer and Barry Woods. And the caption is Howard Lederer toys with fish. And Barry Woods is right next to Howard Lederer.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
120.
Well, I'm getting 10%, right?
Mo's going to raise it up here to 120 with deuce 4 of diamonds.
Eventually, each one is not yours. The way you're playing, if we play maybe 5-6 months, all of it's not yours.
Some huge hands out there. Deuce 4, pocket 3s, 9-10 offsuit.
Yeah, Alan's going to call here. So always we talk about the inherent factor of calling with a small pocket pair against some sort of a random raiser. You know, if you flop your set here, you're not going to get a lot of money from Mo because he's he's raising with 4 deuce of diamonds. Well, this pot is $400 three ways. Mo's the pre-flop raiser.
Wow.
Ace, Jack, Ace here. And you know what? If Mo follows through, even with a weak bet, he might take it down. And he's going to bet. He's going to bet 210. He's betting about half the size of the pot. And you know what, Ronnie? That's going to do it.
I like Mo's play tonight. He's playing pretty nice.
I mean, Russ has got a gut shot straight draw here to the 10, but do you really want to chase it?
I don't think you can. That's too scary.
Yeah.
What would he be betting with? Deuce 4?
I flop quads. I flop quads. No, nobody called.
And he shows it. He shows the deuce 4, which always goes through his image.
That's the hand that Mike wishes he would have had the other night.
Well, the funny thing is, I love Mo's play, Ronnie, but there's no way in hell I believe Mo flop quads, and I know he would never bet it.
Look, Mo's a very, very, very smart player.
Double pump their whole card.
He tends to slow play a little bit too much.
He likes to slow play.
Yeah.
He really does.
Money on one hand like
And
that.
sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Pocket 10s here for Tuckman in seat 4. He's 1 off the cutoff. He's probably going to bring it in for at least 100. Let's see. Looks like his standard raise was 90. And he's going to make it 90 here, Ronnie.
He loves that raise.
Yeah, he's going to make it every hand. He's raised 4-5 suited, 10s, aces, queens, 90.
$90. Fold.
Well, Allen's got pocket 3s here in the big blinds, and let's see if he makes the call. Oh, Vic is going to call with queen 9 here. Queen 9 off suit. He makes the call.
I think Vic's just bored. He wants to play a hand here.
It should be, if you're not using devices, because there are card counting devices that vibrate when you call. You can throw it away.
We've got about a $280 pot here going 3 ways.
Losers only enter here.
King 4-4, and Tuckman's good. He's probably going to continuation bet. It's a pretty good flop for 10s, unless somebody's dangling around like something like ace, king, or king, queen.
And you have to bet.
He bets.
Got to
he's
find
gonna
that
take
king
it
if
down.
it's out there.
Now, if Allen were to check raise here, Dave would fold in a second. But I just don't know if Allen.
I don't think
bring
Allen knows
into
that.
The game, yeah.
I show you. I'm going to show you. You fold, I show you both cards. You call, I make you pay more.
And Dave is going to show Allen the 10s.
You know, whether it be a tournament or whether it be cash, you put your opponent at that decision. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to lay their hand down. Dave's playing good.
Am I really not slurring my speech?
You're not slurring.
Because I feel lit right now.
You're a little flush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to hold it. I got to piss again, but I'm going to try to hold it in. We got about 25 minutes left in the show.
Is that?
No. One drive home. One drive home.
Yeah.
If you find my analysis a little bit more in depth as I've taken some shots, any off of
Bart, I always find your analysis in depth.
lived around here, 5 ways. King 9 20. Nobody's seen me.
You don't have that high
Corona.
squeaky voice tonight. You're pretty.
He said, "Where's Tracy? Bring her back in the booth." Turns at 6. Just limped around.
Gas guzzler, when you start rubbing their hands, as you pull into the gas station.
Mo's going to come out and bet with 4s. And look at that. He's got the best hand here, Ronnie. He's got the best hand. He's going to come out and bet. He's going to take it down.
Mo's in stride tonight.
What other type of like holiday can we like blame to like make it? When's the next drinking time? I mean, we did it at St. Patrick's. Now it's Cinco de Mayo. Anything else? 4th of July. Okay, that's cool. I think we should have one of these nights like every 2-3 months. It's too bad, right? Why not? We need to include the technical staff in it though.
Well, You're not going to go out and play live tonight, Bart, after this, are you?
Probably a little bit.
Yeah.
I actually might play the limit. Probably not.
I think I need to get in that game.
Drive up there.
You know the funniest thing is that it was limped around here.
Wow.
And Freddie's going to raise here with the ace jack out of the big blind.
130 more.
He makes it 130 more.
Look at those cards. 7-way action so far.
You know, okay, if Freddie's going to, pick up the dead money here, I don't know. I mean, it was linked around 6 or 7 ways. The pot's 140. I don't know if 130 is really enough, but I think it might get the job done here. Because he's short. That's the thing.
Right.
Remember, Freddie is short, so these guys can't call, and Allen does call. Wow, and Allen's short, too.
There it is.
But the funny thing about
7-10.
this is Freddie, he might not bet the flop if he doesn't hit King 4 Queen here. Oh, no, there you go. He moves in. There it is. Freddie shows the ace jack.
I'm not sure, but if you subscribe to the archives, you'll be able to see everything.
Good plug there by Brian.
Brian, good advertising.
Yeah. Good plug there by Brian.
Mike came up.
Brian is an awesome dealer.
Yes, he's
One of
really,
the
really
best.
good. Yeah. You know what, Ronnie? I can't wait anymore. I'm going to have to
Go,
do this
go.
one again.
We lost Bart. Buttons in seat 8. Seat 9, thank you, Ray. Buttons in seat 9. Mo's the big blind here.
Can I have a setup, please? Okay.
Well, Allen has pocket aces and he's flopped a set. Pocket ace 9 jack. It was checked. Well, I'm surprised he didn't bet into that. Now he bets out. $90 bet by Allen. It's set over set on the flop. Freddie has pocket 9s. Allen's, unfortunately, he's got pocket aces.
He said call.
And Allen calls.
That was when this since I was a kid. My parents used
2 players all in. And Allen fills up with pocket aces. Boy. That's tough for Freddie. A flop is set. It looks like Freddie had Allen covered by a few dollars. He might get a few bucks back.
You should be, honestly, Freddie, just be happy you didn't have $2,000 with you.
Yeah, I know.
And somebody can cover
No, nice hand, Alan.
Nothing you can do there.
Wow. Set over set. Nice hand, Allen. Button moves to seat 1. Freddie has the button. Off is the big blind. You missed it, Bart. Set over set. Freddie with pocket 9s, Allen with pocket aces. Allen fills up. They were both all in.
Wow. How'd I miss it?
You missed it. Freddie had Allen covered by a bit, so
Did I miss any 3 flush flops?
no 3 flush.
No. Limped around here 5 ways. 9-8-6 with a couple clubs. Looks like Allen's got the best hand here with ace 8.
Harrington said it in his book.
And Allen is going to bet here with the ace 8. He's going to bet 80. Remember, it was limped around. And the other Allen is going to call with 7s. He's open-ended with a pair here.
You were right.
Mo's out.
And Hob here. Look at this. Hob has flopped a straight. He's going to check raise. He's going to check raise. He checked the flop, and he's going to check raise. He has flopped a straight. Very coordinated board, and he might feel that, he didn't necessarily want to bet out there and get called with that very coordinated board. He's got the nuts right now. 2 clubs on board, and I think Allen's going to get out of here.
Oh, I don't know.
No, I think he's going to get out of here.
I know your job is stressful.
Yeah, he's going to get out of here, Ronnie.
Here to help
I don't know, Bart.
Stressful.
That's the thing. I mean, you guys are very stressful, but you're always very calm under pressure.
Oh, yeah. Such a stressful.
Let's see here.
I think he's going to convince himself that he's got the
I
best
mean, he is
hand.
basically... No, he's
Oh,
gonna
he
get out of
folds.
there. We have an email here from the manager of Raisin Fold Poker Room. He says, was there any follow-up to Mike's misread on the Deuce 3 when he thought he had 3-4 for trips? Well, I mean, I don't necessarily... There wasn't any follow-up. He misread his hand. It was, you know... It was
The funny part was he
clear-cut
played
that.
that hand like he flopped trips.
Of course. He called all in with 3 high, Ronnie. I mean, it was crazy.
Don't feel too bad. He got his money back that night.
Well, we've had a lot of setups here tonight, haven't we? I think I know who it was, who it is at the table that's doing that. Let's get a look at a chip count here. 4,400 here from Mo in seat 2. Tuckman's got 3,500. We've got 21,000 on the table. Let's take a look at the differences here. And I think we're actually going to get Dave. Dave's got his big blind. I think he should probably come back here and do some commentating.
Cool.
Yeah. Let's finish it up. We got 15 minutes left in the show.
Bail me out, Dave.
Did we take a look at the differences or did I miss it? Dave is
Dave's
up
up
1,200. Yep. Mo's up
Goes up a
2,500.
little bit. Hobbs down 1,700.
So I think Dave's going to come back here.
Cool. I'll go find
And
Tracy.
Ronnie, I appreciate, man. I think you did a great job.
Hey, Bart.
Thank you very much for coming on the show.
It's not an easy job.
Yeah.
No, I have more appreciation for what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Ronnie.
much.
Yeah.
90.
And Dave is going to stack his chips up. Got a $90 raise here by Russ with King Queen. Look at this. 2 people have Ace King. Freddie's going to call out a seat 1 with Ace King. Mo is going to call with 3-4 of clubs. Hob is going to call with 7s. And John is limped in with Ace King in seat 5. Is he going to pull the limp re-raise here? Is John going to just call or is he going to limp re-raise here? He is just going to call. And we've got 5-way action here. It's a $450 pot. Russ is the pre-flop raiser with King Queen. Oh, look at this. The Case King comes on the flop. King 6-10. 3 players have top pair. Russ is the pre-flop raiser with King Queen. John is probably going to play this as a check raise. And Freddie is probably going to move in. Well, look at this. No, maybe I'm mistaken. John's going to bet right into it. It's a $480 pot. And he's going to bet $350. And what does Hollywood Russ do now? You know Freddie's going to go all in here with Ace King. The Case King on the flop. And Russ moves all in with King Queen. He's going to move in. And Freddie here. Wait a minute. Oop. Did Russ move in here? Yeah, Russ moved in. Russ moved in. Freddie called. Freddie only has that much left. And let's see what John does here.
700.
I think that JR needs to call here. JR needs to call. I mean, he has to call.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And Freddie and John here are going to chop it up. Well, it's 12 and change here. Well, JR's got about, I don't know, maybe he's got about 1,500 left. Remember, Russ raised it pre-flop. JR had limped in with Ace King under the gun. Freddie called the raise, and JR did not pull the limp re-raise. He just called. He led out on the flop with Ace King. Russ moved in with King Queen. Freddie called. And I got to tell you here, I can't imagine that JR's going to get away from it. I think he's going to make this call, and he does.
Absolutely unbelievable.
What's up, Dave?
How you doing? Good to be in the booth. Well, get back to the table, man.
Yeah, I mean,
some action.
This one's going to get... Russ is in big trouble here because we've got a big side pot on the side. We've got about a $2,500 side pot here. I mean, Freddie's turn is a 6. Russ needs a queen, and the river is a 10, but the ace king is still going to play.
Yeah.
And John is going to take a pretty big side pot down there.
Well, this is the new Russ. Russ committing a lot of chips with like King Jack.
Well, the funniest thing is when
King
we walked
Queen.
in here, I mean, JR limped in on the gun with ace king. Russ raised. Freddie called. a couple people other called, and I was wondering if JR was going to pull the limp raise, but he just called. Then the flop came king high, and JR bet right into it, and then Russ moved in with king queen. Freddie called, and then JR called.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, that's like, you wonder if Russ's game is kind of going in the development level of like a mirror in the sense that he's almost getting a little bit, like, you know, a little bit of information can be dangerous. Because I love where Russ's game is going in the sense that he's more aggressive than he ever has been, but now he's starting to overvalue hands. I know earlier in the night, I think he said he had king jack when seat number 6 made a straight on the river. King jack, I thought, I mean, the way Russ played the hand, you'd almost think that Russ raised him with, like, you know, a set.
Dave, I got to tell you, man, I mean, the most unbelievable hand. And I know that JR, John, and oh, look who's coming into the game. It's Ronald in seat 4.
Oh,
wow. And
well, I guess
he's been on the show before, but boy, Dave and I know him as well. He's an action player.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming, I hope that our viewers enjoyed me in the game, but
yeah,
this guy's more action than I am, that's for sure.
But I was going to say, it was one of the most amazing hands that we saw tonight. I mean, I know JR watches the show, and you limped in with deuces on the flop game, king 4-4. And JR had so much respect for you. I was telling the viewers that you and I had played, and you had a very good image in JR's mind because you had won so much money. You bet into him with deuces, and he laid down ace-king. Because you would bet with 5-4 suited. It's a funny thing I told Ronnie.
He asked me what I had. I had 5-4.
Before you said that, I was like, I bet Tuckman's trying to represent something like 6-5 or 5-4, and then you're like, yeah, I had 5-4 suited. That was unbelievable, man.
I gotta be honest. If I thought he had ace king, I really thought maybe he had queens or jacks.
Yeah.
Because he's such a tight player. He rarely raises pre-flop unless he has literally ace king or a big pocket pair. So I said, okay, if he's got queens, maybe I can represent the king.
You run ready, 200.
Limp in here by seat 8, and Freddie's going to raise it up here to 200 with queens.
Now the hand earlier that Russ had king jack early in the night where he raised the guy who had queen jack, seat number 6, and the guy hit it straight on the river.
Well, I got to tell you, I was working through that with Ronnie. You know, the funny thing there is that the way that hand goed out, you know, you can watch it on the archives or watch the replay. I told Ronnie, I was like, okay, the guy bets in with queen jack, and Russ had raised with king jack pre-flop on the button. The guy bets with queen jack. I have no problem with the raise on the flop. You raise the flop because your hand really isn't that strong.
Right.
Now you get called in 2 spots, and the other guy that bet called, and now a blank comes on the turn, and the guy bets at you again. I can't even believe that he continued. I mean, wouldn't you fold king jack there?
Probably. I mean, the one thing with seat number 6, we've watched him a few times, and I'm not sure, but let me ask you this, obviously I was at the table, I don't know. When Hav had trip 5s and laid it down to him, did he have a flush draw, club draw?
No, he had 10s. I couldn't believe Hav laid it down.
Wow, yeah. Well, Hav gave him some respect. Hav didn't.
Yeah.
Hav actually said, he goes, you know, I didn't know.
Yeah.
And then after he misplayed the hand versus Mo and gave Mo a lot of money, Hav even looked at me and goes, what was I doing?
Yeah, yeah.
He goes, well, I didn't know him, you know?
Yeah.
It's always tough when you don't know your opponent, obviously.
Now look at this here. Vic, he's got queens in the blind. And John is going to raise here on the button with 7s. He's going to make it 80 to go. He's going to make it 80 to go. That was a very interesting hand with king jack. Like I said, Ronnie kind of was in there, and somebody bets in the blank on the turn there when I raised the flop. How do you continue on with king jack?
And he raised with king jack.
And he raised again.
Yeah, I was.
Oh, man.
Well, that's what you wonder. I mean, Russ is so worried about getting run over now that he's starting to make a stand with hands that are just not premium hands.
Look at this. Vic raises, and John is going to call because John's kind of deep now, and, you know, so is Vic.
I mean, I got to tell you, if JR bets into me, I'm dead. I'm done with the hand.
$500 pot. That is not a good flop for Vic. Let's see how Vic is going to play it. Vic has kind of played a little bit tight passive. He's overvalued ace rag, but I don't think John's going to. I think John's going to get away from him.
Yeah. John is just not. He's one of those players that really he wants to hit his hand.
And I think he's a winning player. I have no problem with the way that he plays it, Dave.
You like him when I showed him one of my cards?
Yeah, that was great with Queen 8. Yeah. I took 3 shots right off the bat and I haven't had a shot in a while.
I know. What the heck?
Yeah. But Tracy came in and grabbed my butt, and she gave me a
I
kiss.
saw that. That was great.
Yeah.
It's classic. Yeah, I told him I had an overpair.
And then you say look at either card, right? Because you had 2 overcards.
I don't care, right? I can look at either one, whichever one.
That was fun.
I was hoping he'd pick the 8 because I thought the queen might be a little harder to represent, but I did raise pre-flop, so.
So I got to tell you, after I come back from Chicago, it's my turn. Week after I come back.
Okay, great. Well,
you were up about $1,000, right? That's where you
I won. Let's see, I got 1,000 to.
No more
35 and change. I won about 1,300. 1,300. Like I said, I mean, I think our viewers want to. I mean, obviously we got to put our money where our mouth is.
Yeah.
And I think you and I should probably play once a month.
Now Mo is raised here with pocket 3s. Hav is going to call him with the king 9 of diamonds. There was one other interesting hand too. Seat number 8 is going to call with pocket 8.
See, number 8's an interesting play. I couldn't really get a handle on him. Didn't know what he was calling with every time.
Wow, look at this. Hobbs got trip 9s here. Let's see how he's going to play it, Dave. I assume Mo is going to continuation bet here with the ace on board. And he is.
Oh, you got a drink, man.
Oh, is that 9s?
9s. Do a shot.
Tell Donna. And Mo is just going to call. I mean, excuse me. Hobbs is just going to smooth call him with king 9. Well, it's not really a coordinated board.
Not at all. He's not scared of anything here. And he doesn't mind if Mo's going to continue to bluff at him. Let him bluff.
Yes.
No, me and Alan. I had pocket 9s, he had pocket 8s. This would be...
No, they can't overcall here. I mean, Mo's done with his hand, right? I mean, give me a break.
Yeah, of course, obviously. It's Hob calling you. Hob's a real type player. He's got a great image.
Mo checks, Hob bets, and Mo folds. Here we go.
Yeah. Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo, baby.
I was actually a little worried. I had 2 right away in the first hour. I thought for a second I'd get a bunch.
Wait, you didn't have any more? I had 3 right away. Are you kidding me? All right, here we go.
Did Anita come in here? No. Tracy came in. Okay. I gotta tell you, Tracy's better looking than Anita anyway.
I don't know about that. Actually.
I know you're all over Anita, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's like step over Liz Lou. Step aside.
Yeah, what happened to Marina? I haven't seen her in a while either. She's my girl too, Marina. Man, those chip runners are hot here. Button moves over here to seat 8. One of the other interesting hands I was going to say was, I was wondering if you're going to fold to pocket queens to Allen's re-raise pre-flop, because I didn't think he had enough. I mean, you said at the table, I'm just calling it a set.
That's all I was calling for.
He only had 1,200. So
he had 1,200 left, and there was 200. There was 400 in the pot.
Oh no, Dave! Are you kidding me? Oh,
classic.
No. You're going to have to take the play-by-play here. I just got to sit back and watch.
Okay, there we go. Well, it's ace, jack, 10, obviously all diamonds. Mo's got the highest diamond out there. Freddie and John each have an ace, but it's going to check around. Turn is a 4th diamond. Now, John makes 2 pair, but it's completely worthless.
And 3 shots.
Yeah, Mo's got the second nut here. He's got queen of diamonds. And I think he's going to bet $100. And John, John's got 2 pair. Obviously, you just can't call. I mean, 2 pair can only beat a bluff. Now, obviously, Mo's capable of bluffing, but can't you pick a better spot? There's 3 players behind him, too.
I can't believe he's going to continue.
No, actually, there's 4 players behind him. Now, the only thing with John is, now, John's got such an image that he could actually call, and Mo would probably shut down, assuming that John's got the king.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing about that hand, though, is, as I was telling the viewers, and we often talk about, I think Allen let you off the hook by limping and re-raising. If he had now, with what the flop came out, it might have been left up. But if it was if he had played it cagey and it was a ragged flop,
definitely, he's definitely
he let you off the hook, Dave, because you had queens, and by him limp re-raising, he almost is telling Dave, I have a better hand than you. Because you had queens.
Guaranteed, I knew I had a better hand. I was counting his chips to look what it was. Now, the reason I could call, this was the only reason I called, was
another shot here.
Not only did I know what Allen had, I knew exactly what Allen had.
Oh, yeah.
I knew exactly.
Wait, king's races, 2 hands, right?
Right, but and right when the flop came out, I go, I know you've got kings. I even called it. I said it right away. There you go. Happy Cinco de Mayo. And the reason I called was I said I'm getting about 8.5 to 1 on my money, because if I hit my queen, I am going to get all of Allen's money, and there's no doubt about it.
Oh, you are kidding me.
This is great. I'm a good luck charm.
You like that part?
Oh, this is fabulous.
I'm going to be walking out of here.
What?
I don't know.
You're going to be walking out of here? Jesus. You want me to pour you one for you? I'll pour it for you. This is great.
Oh, because of the 6s.
Oh. No, don't do. Oh, come on.
That's a little mini shot. Come on.
Mo has slow played the 6s here. Big bet big bet on 2 pair, and now Mo checked it again.
Hey guys, if you're within 50 miles of the bike, come on down here and try to take Bart's money tonight, because he'll be wasted. He gambles when he
Look
wins.
at this. He slow played it in both streets. He check called again here. River's a 9. And a 9. Is he just check calling the whole way? Oh, now he's going to bet the river. And as I told Ronnie, I mean, this is a part of Mo's game that I'm not a huge fan of.
Now, this was an interesting table we were at tonight. I mean, I was at tonight. Really passive calling station type table, right? I mean, in the sense that I kind of felt like I could make an occasional move here and there.
Was that my eyes, or was that out of focus?
That was probably your eyes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we got Farhad in the game. And I think Mo's going to take his last pot here, and he does.
But you know, the funny thing is that I'm gonna take the shot after this hand. I gotta refresh a little bit. But I said to you, I said to the viewers, with what the stack sizes were, I could see you folding queens there without
I almost did.
Because I didn't even think that the stack sizes were there.
It was really close. If I hadn't made it $90 to go, and then Alan called the 90 plus put 200 in there plus the dead money, I was getting 2-1 right away because the pot was 400. Okay. Plus the 1,200 that he had there, I thought he had about total about $1,670, 200 to call.
See, I thought he only had 1,200. I thought he only had about 1,200 left from what he had said.
Oh, nice flop for Ronald there. He's got the flush draw. Flop is King 8-4, 2 diamonds.
Yeah, he's gonna bet 100 here.
And I imagine he'll take this down. Well, Alan's got top pair. There you go, King Deuce, and Alan's gonna call.
Players.
And there's a queen. Now Ronald's got a pair.
Oh, he's got more outs.
Yeah, he's picked up some outs here. Needs a queen, a jack, or a diamond to win.
If he bets harder, can Alan really continue on? And the funny
no,
thing is,
he's not going to.
I don't know if Ronald correctly, if he really knows how to play Alan there, but that's a great way to play Alan because, if Alan's on the flush draw, it's lower than you. If he's got a weak king, you've got such a hand where you can really drive forward and bet him off of a weak king there.
Definitely.
Combination semi-bluff with
the funny thing is, if you've got a king there, if I actually had a king there,
yeah.
You almost want to price him in and let him just keep staying in there with his king deuce. Make him pay the whole way. And this is going to be the last hand of the night.
And I'm going to do the last shot. Well, I'll do it at the end of the show. Hopefully we won't give
Hopefully it's not a double
flush.
for you here.
Yeah. Jesus.
Well, this is a role reversal. St. Patty's Day, I had 8, you had 2. Tonight, you've got your 8th one
really
now, and I've only had 2.
Yeah.
I made suggestions. Why not let the button have the cards? You wouldn't have to take any.
Dive for water after the show here. I had to go to the bathroom 2 times.
Oh, Ronnie took over?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Ronnie did a really good job.
Yeah, I heard I lost my job.
Hobb is going to raise it up here with 7-8 suited on the button. And Russ is going to call with Jack-9 of hearts.
Well, there's a 9.
It's a pretty nice flop here for 7-8 suited, huh? 6-9
wow.
with 2 spades.
That's a monster
and Russ
flop.
is going to bet right into the 9. And Hobb has got he's got a hand where he can really push here. Open-ended straight flush draw. Are you kidding me?
The funny thing is that there's a lot of different ways to play this. Now, you can raise this right away, or you can actually smooth call it and then raise the turn big. I mean, there are a lot of different ways to play this. Now, if Russ has got an overpair, even if Russ had aces, Hobb is a favorite to win this hand.
Remember, Hobb raised the button, Russ just called, and Hobb is going to raise.
Yeah, and he's going to raise it up how much here? Pot is now about, I want to say 400, and he's going to make it, wow.
Jeez, it's almost like 1,000 more? 800 or 900 more?
Wow, that's a big raise. Now, I'm
There's
surprised
no way Russ can continue here, can he?
Now, I'm surprised Hobb is making this big of a raise here. I mean, really trying to get somebody off of a 9, but I got to tell you, do you really mind if you get called? Why not price him in? Why not make it a $300 or $400 raise?
Well, this is funny what you just talked about Russ. Like, does he feel he's getting run over? How can you possibly call here with Jack-9? Might he make the call here, though, because it's the new Russ?
Well, that's the thing. We were talking about the other night. I was talking to Paul about it. We were saying, the new Russ is not the guy you want to bluff. I tried to bluff him. It did not work.
Yeah.
And he really called me down where a hand where he could beat nothing except a bluff. And
this would be an amazing call. Look at Hobby. He's almost a 60% favorite with 2 cards to come.
This is a spot against Hobb, too.
And Russ moves all in, and Hobby instantly calls.
Yeah,
and this pot's going to be $4,000 here.
And Hobb and Russ thinks he has an overpair, but Hobb's actually a favorite here.
Well, Russ has got top pair. Are they going to run it more than once? Hobb is a favorite here. Well, let's see. Turn is an ace.
No help.
No help for Hobb. River's a queen.
No
and
help.
That's it. They didn't run it. And Russ takes it all. Oh,
wow.
man, and I can't believe. I got to tell you, Dave, I think Hobb is sick to his stomach.
Yeah,
that is so much key Russ information that we've been talking about, and from that hand,
Just
it's
saying.
amazing.
The funny thing is,
Absolutely amazing.
Russ went so far across the side in the sense that he used to be too passive. Now he's become a guy that, I'm not laying down top pair no matter what. That's against Hobb. I mean, couldn't have that aces or kings there very easily?
That's going to do it for us here. Here we go.
Insane.
Oh, you guys won.
Happy Cinco de Mayo. I hope you enjoyed it. For Bart Hansen, for David Tuckman, have a great weekend. And for everybody else here in the booth, we'll see you on Monday.
It's here. It's big. And it's closer than you think. It's not a tournament. It's what you don't see on TV. The cash is real. The stakes are high. They bet big. They win big. They lose big. High stakes live action poker. Live at the bike. Watch it live on the web or play it if you dare at the Bicycle Casino right here in Los Angeles.